The Spencer Channel 3 is online. Check it out. With Channel 3 Online, you can watch community and school programming, original shows, local cultural events on demand right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Access to Channel 3 Online comes free with your SMU cable subscription. Get started with Channel 3 Online today. Visit smunet.net for a direct link. Your favorite local programs are only a click away.
The Spencer Fine Art Boosters, or FAB, was established in July 2015 to provide encouragement and funding to the Spencer Community School Fine Arts Department for the enrichment of students. Our mission is to strengthen the substance and quality of the fine arts and assure Spencer students the opportunity to develop their creative skills, to exercise their talents.
FAB supports all the fine arts, including band, choir, debate, drama, mock trial, speech, and visual arts, all under one umbrella by raising money to fund programs and items that are not provided within school and activity budgets. All donated funds are used to directly benefit the students of these programs.
In the past, FAB has been able to help purchase new marching band uniforms and color guard supplies, the Sinfonia Orchestra Enhancement System for the fall musical, supplies for the speech, drama, and mock trial programs, along with various scholarships.
Become a member by donating as little as $25 a year and learn more about the Spencer Fine Arts Boosters by following us on social media at facebook.com/Spencer Fine Arts Boosters.
At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. Safety is our #1 priority for our employees and the entire community. We assist in safely locating underground utilities when businesses and homeowners have simple projects to complete. Providing safe, reliable services is what we do. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected to your world.
Tonight, however you're watching tonight, whether it's on News Radio 1025, AM 1240 KICD, streaming online at KICDAM.com, or if you're watching on SMU Channel 3, the Spencer Channel, or on the Spencer Municipal Utilities Channel 3 YouTube page. Thanks for joining us for tonight's broadcast of Spencer Tiger Football. We are in the Sweet 16 in Class 3A. The Spencer Tigers hosting the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, who beat the Spencer Tigers 22-7 in the first matchup. It is a rematch here tonight. I'm Mark Magnuson, joined by Lucas DeWitt. Lucas, Sweet 16, that does sound pretty sweet, doesn't it, for the Spencer Tigers, but the job not done yet in the Tigers' minds.
You know, it sure does. Top 16 in the state, playing to get to that berth of 8. And everything's riding here tonight. Exciting season. District champs, co-district champs get to play it out on the field to see who's standing.
So the first matchup between Spencer and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, things didn't quite go to the way that we've seen the Tigers play really well in some of their other games after that. It was a game in which Boyden-Hull Rock Valley was able to run the football very well. Cody Noble had 36 carries, 245 yards, and a rushing touchdown. And I mentioned this in the pregame show. That has to be the first thing that the Tigers do tonight, is find a way to slow him down. What do you think about the way that Boyden-Hull Rock Valley was able to run the football so effectively in that first matchup, and then also taking into account those comments from Coach Ty about the Spencer Tigers really focusing on getting their alignment right pre-snap?
Well, I think if you're losing the edge as far as numbers on the perimeter, that's what happened, and they continue to just pound and pound and pound. And most importantly, it didn't allow our offense to get the ball and get going. Key play in that game, though, was right after the second half, after they scored, took the lead. We have 4th and 1 on the 35 and didn't convert. And then they were able to take some time, go down, get up another score, and that was really a momentum killer for the Tigers. But I am excited to see a healthy John Nissen against Boyden-Hull Rock Valley. A lot of those plays where he'd get 2 or 3, healthy, another step out there, those are 7-10, or he might bust a big one.
And that was the game right after John had twisted that ankle against the Sioux City Bishop Healing Crusaders. So you're right, he was not nearly at 100% in that first matchup with Boyden-Hull Rock Valley. And in fact, John was limited to 18 carries, 49 yards, just 2.7 yards per carry. And the Tigers also lost the turnover battle in that game, -2 in turnovers. So captains meeting at midfield, Javi Mendez, Jack DeWitt, and Ethan Hyder. And it will be Ethan Hyder who steps up and faces off against Cody Noble as the coin toss takes place. And the head referee telling us what's going to happen here. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley winning the toss, they elect to defer to start the game. So the captains will fist bump at midfield. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll begin with the Spencer Tigers on the offensive side of the football. Up front, Drew Huff, Javi Mendez, Brogan Sire, Maverick Warburton, and Ethan Hyder. Evan Schmidt at one of the end positions. Carter Petzenhauser split out wide. Kenny Rash, Titan Coleman, and John Nissen in the backfield. Behind quarterback Jack DeWitt. Defensively, for Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, Brock Fisher, Victor Urbina, Brevin Kramer, Joe Sanchez up front. Landon Van Kickericks, Jackson Rosaboom, Casey Pick, and Cade Fisher at linebacker. Cornerbacks are Dawson Van Beek and Cole Heiser, and Bryson Van Grootheest is the safety for BHRV. BHRV in the road white uniforms tonight with the black and blue helmets. The Spencer Tigers in the home purple uniforms tonight with the white pants. And we are just about ready for kickoff. It's 6:58. We're actually getting a little bit early kickoff here tonight. Third round of the football playoffs. Winner here advances to the Elite Eight, the Final Eight, and will face the winner of the other game taking place in this pod. It's Sergeant Bluff Luton at Webster City tonight. So the BHRV Nighthawks have it teed up at the 40. And we are ready to go. The Tigers with two return men back deep. Kenny Rash and Carter Petzenhauser standing at the Tiger 15. Ball is on the tee. Ruval Kaba to kick it away, and he will go with the short kick towards the sideline, and that is going directly out of bounds. A miscue on the first play for the BHRV Nighthawks, losing the football out of bounds. I say a miscue, yes, but I guess in a way they do stop a big return from the Spencer Tigers.
Yeah, you know, it almost looked like he just planned on doing that. Say, we'll give you the ball at the 35 instead of letting you cross midfield or get a touchdown.
That's a good point. That almost did look like it might have been designed. And so BHRV comes out defensively. And the Spencer Tigers split Derek Huss wide left, Carter Petzenhauser to the right. It's actually Mikey Jordan as one of the slot backs starting in the backfield alongside Kenny Rash. John Nissen is the B-back. He is in a three-point stance behind quarterback Jack DeWitt. Jack hands it off to John Nissen left side. John keeps his legs churning and picks up 6 yards on first down as John Nissen got right behind Drew Huff and was able to dig out some room. Coach Ty said the offensive line played great last week, maybe the best in years.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Drew Huff, keeping his feet going, and Johnny was actually back turned, fell forward, picked up 6. I like the double wide out for the Tigers, and right now Boyden-Hull with 4 down linemen spread, nobody covering the center.
Man in motion is Mikey Jordan right to left. Jack DeWitt hands it off to John Nissen, and John is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. And this time a much shorter gain for John Nissen, but he will pick up a couple, and it will bring up 3rd and 2 for the Tiger defense, or for the Tiger offense.
Yeah, I wonder here if we'll see what the Nighthawks do here. They've left their center open, so 3rd and 2. It looks like you're right up center. But boy, that John made something out of nothing there just to get 2 to make 3rd and manageable.
He did. There was no daylight in between the tackles. It didn't look like, and John Nissen able to find some room. The Tigers with some really big splits here on 3rd down and 2. Jack DeWitt goes under center. He's running it right, hands off to John Nissen. John hits the hole and just is tripped up, but he does have a first down, and he will make it to the 49-yard line, gain of 6. But the tackle by Casey Pick, the linebacker making the start tonight, doing enough to stop John from picking up a much bigger gain.
Yeah, he was able to sweep the leg with his forearm, and you don't bring down John with an arm tackle, and he just about busted that one. Was able to pick up 7, running veer to the right side, reading the defensive end. Nice job up front by the offensive line. Good read by the quarterback.
I didn't think we would get a Cobra Kai sweep the leg reference this early in the game. 10:24 left to play first quarter. 0-0 our score. Tigers at midfield, 1st and 10. Jack DeWitt keeps it and takes a big hit at the line of scrimmage and then is dragged backwards in the backfield, but his forward momentum will get him to the line of scrimmage. But one of those big defensive linemen for BHRV had hands on Jack DeWitt and weren't about to let him go.
Yeah, it was a quarterback counter, fake to the right, go back to the left, and man, did they fill quick. It was right there, no running room. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Those linebackers active as always for BHRV. Pick, Rosaboom. We called Rosaboom's name a lot in the first matchup between these two teams. Drew Huff, the Tiger center, stands over the football. Now the Tigers will come set as everybody comes in tight. And Spencer going with a big set. Handed off to John Nissen, right side. John stacked up again and will have a very short gain of 2 yards as that time they matched it, and there was not a lot of running room in that phone booth.
No, defensive end Joe Sanchez came down in Vanderpool as well. So brings up 3rd and 7. Different personnel coming in here. You see Carter coming in at split. And Christian Hookfick split out the other way with a 3rd and 8.
Christian is on the field side, the wide side of the field. Carter on the short side, and the football is closer to the right hash mark. 9:09 left to play first quarter. Scoreless. Football at midfield. Tigers have a 3rd down and 8 as everybody checks the wristbands, and the Tigers are going to go trips left. Trips left, one receiver right. Jack DeWitt gets the snap, runs option, pitch to John Nissen. Nissen with the edge, tries to use a stiff arm, but a great tackle made near the line of scrimmage. And that was one of the linebackers, Cade Fisher, the outside linebacker, who needed to make the one-on-one stop, and he was able to do just that. And Fisher, he's a big guy. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, and he showed off his strength there.
Yeah, that was a big play by Fisher. That was a quick option to the outside. It was just the speed option with your B-back, John Nissen, as the pitch key. And good play. Looked like he had running room, and Fisher just came off that block and blew it up nicely.
4th down and 6 to go. Football at the 47 of BHRV. Tiger punt team on the field. Blake Blazek gets plenty of time, gets away a nice punt, end-over-end kick. Takes a dangerous bounce near a Boyden-Hull Rock Valley player. And the Spencer Tigers will down it inside the 20 as it is picked up by Teron Green at the 19-yard line. And that's where the BHRV Nighthawk offense will take over for the first time in the game. Logan Huckfelt, Wyatt Leininger, the 2 Tiger defensive tackles running onto the field. Brogan Sire, Ethan Hyder, the defensive ends. At linebacker, Titan Coleman and Cadence Hoffmeyer, along with Kenny Rash and Evan Johnson. Corners are Christian Hookfin and Carter Petzenhauser. John Nissen in the game also at linebacker.
Wow, different look here for the Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of linebackers on the field right now for Spencer. BHRV goes bunch to the left side. John Nissen almost playing like a safety at the moment, and it will be Cody Noble running left in the direct snap to Noble, and he will pick his way for 9 yards, almost close to 10, as Noble had running room on first down and just patient running from that number 1 back of the Nighthawks that we saw so much of in the first game. 10 yards, they're going to move the chains, first down.
Yeah, he just was able to dance around there and pick his spot. And the Tigers, bringing a lot of guys up here, different look here again.
And now the bunch set goes to the right side, and again it's Noble in the shotgun to take the snap. Gets through the middle. Actually, that's not Noble on the snap, as it will be a solid gain on first down. And that was actually number 1, Landon Van Kickericks, who moved into the shotgun to take that snap. So Van Kickericks able to pick up 7 on the carry.
Yeah, they had that bunched formation, 4 guys standing up on the right side, and then he runs it to the left away from the strength. Same thing set up here. 4 to the right. Now they move, step back, and shift Noble's into the backfield.
Shotgun snap to Noble on the direct snap. This time the Tigers get there and bring down Cody Noble after a short gain of 2, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 1 to go for the BHRV offense. Very much a can you match our physicality game here tonight. Which team's going to set the tone first? 3rd down and 1, 6:55 left to play first quarter. BHRV at the 38-yard line of the Nighthawks. 0-0 our score. In the shotgun is Caleb Katz. He will clap his fingers, and he's going to come up to the line of scrimmage, go under center. Full house backfield behind him, 3 backs behind. And Katz will hand it off to one of the up men who gets a first down and more. And I think that might have been Fisher who drags it out to the 46-yard line, a gain of 8. And it was Cade Fisher who made the big play on defense, who comes up with the carry of 8 yards. And BHRV showing a couple of wrinkles we didn't see in the first matchup.
No, but we saw last time that when they get up behind center that they can run that power back house field for short yardage, and there they were able to pick up another first down.
1st and 10, football at the 45 of BHRV. 6:14 left to play first quarter. Nighthawks on the move. Tigers trying to get a line properly as Coach Hookfin yelling from the sideline. Same formation, handed off to the deep man this time, and Noble trying to go off tackle. Tigers wrap him up around the ankle and finally bring him down. It was Cadence Hoffmeyer who had the ankle, had a strong grip of it, and then got some help. Gain of 4 on first down.
The Boyden-Hull Rock Valley offensive line's just doing a great job getting off the ball. And there you thought we had pretty good stop. Guys filled pretty well, but he was already 5 yards downhill, running downhill.
2nd down and 6 as the clock continues to move. 5:38 left to play first quarter. 0-0 our score. BHRV with 1 receiver left. Bunch formation right. High snap handled by Van Kickericks. Tigers come up, hit him hard, but Van Kickericks falls forward as Titan Coleman got the initial hit. And Van Kickericks Yeah, he's listed at a wide receiver, but that time looked pretty comfortable running the football, picks up 3.
Yeah, good read by Titan Coleman. In the gap, came up and hit him. And Van Kickerick showing some strength there, able to finish the run. And as the ball crosses midfield to the Tigers' 47, 3rd and 2.
3rd down and short. BHRV looks over to the sideline and now comes to the line of scrimmage, staying in the tight set with the bunch formation right on the end of the line of scrimmage. Now they will reset motion to the left with one man. Tight end will go to the left side, and now the full house backfield again. Hand off to Cade Fisher. He'll pick up the 1st down as he crosses the line to gain, and a couple extra brings it to the 43 of the Spencer Tigers, a gain of 4.
Yeah, you've seen what they want to do in short yardage situation, and that's give it to Fisher. And remember, Fisher was the one that came up with a big hit on John Nissen on our 3rd down. And he's being more involved in the offense here early than he was the whole last game.
I was about to say, I do not believe he had a carry in that first matchup with the Tigers. BHRV staying with the full house backfield. 2 up backs behind the deep man Noble. Under center is Katz. Katz hands it off to one of those fullbacks, and the Tigers do a great job of getting there and stopping the run of the ball carrier Fisher. And it's Brogan Sire and Cadence Hoffmeyer combining on the stop. Fisher picks up 3 yards. I wonder, Lucas, I noticed that Cody Noble not starting on defense here tonight, thinking about getting him some rest. I wonder if this is just all part of the plan of trying to keep him a little more fresh in games, giving some carries to other guys.
Yeah, especially early in the game. I mean, that might be very well what the philosophy is, but boy, it hasn't hurt them at all as their running game's looking strong. 2nd
down and 7 as the Nighthawks shift, and now Noble will move into the shotgun, ready to take the direct snap. Bunch formation is left. Noble will hand it off to Van Kickerick, coming back to the right, and the misdirection play able to pick up about 4 yards. Tigers not completely fooled as there was plenty of purple jerseys in the area to help make the stop, and it will be 3rd down and 3.
But again, 3rd and short. You know, in the last 2 times 3rd and short, they've gone full house, hand off to Fisher. And we'll see if they do that again here.
And this feels like it could be 4-down territory with 3:20 left to play first quarter. Scoreless. Football at the 36 of Spencer for this 3rd and 3. The pre-snap shift. Everybody moves to the left, the strength side of the line. And now Cody Noble in the shotgun gets the direct snap. He will run left. Tigers are there, but Noble breaks through, and he's into the secondary, and he's going to go. Cody Noble going to go all the way to the house. The Spencer Tigers trying to match the numbers game at the line of scrimmage, and that's the danger of it. You're almost in that goal line type of defense, and once Cody Noble broke through, there was just nobody on the back end to catch up to number 10 as BHRV takes the 6-0 lead.
Yeah, they just kind of lulled you there, and then he was able to get past the initial line, and he was gone.
We talked about trying to keep him fresh, and remember how he got stronger as the game went along in the first matchup. Here he strikes early with a 36-yard touchdown, and now the extra point attempt from Gale and Ciso for BHRV. The Nighthawks strike first. High snap, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. Well done by the special teams of the Nighthawks as BHRV leads 7-0 with 3:01 left to play first quarter. Here on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240, KICD.
Follow the Spencer Tigers. New for 2020, tune in for select Spencer Tiger home events on the Spencer Channel 3, live on Spencer Municipal Utilities cable service, or online on the Spencer Channel 3 YouTube channel. Spencer Tiger home events will also be rebroadcast on the Spencer Channel 3 this fall. For a schedule of when they will air, visit our website at smunet.net. Go Tigers from all of us at Spencer Municipal Utilities.
News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD in Spencer, Iowa, part of the Spencer Radio Group.
.301 left to play in the first quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley on the scoreboard first and leading 7-0 here at Dale Norton Field in Spencer. That first drive, Lucas DeWitt, what does it look like for BHRV marching down the field and getting in the end zone?
Yeah, they went 10 plays, 81 yards in 5 minutes and 9 seconds, capped off by the Cody Noble 36-yard run. There were 3 third-down conversions in that drive, 3rd and short. They were able to keep it going.
That was pretty impressive stuff from BHRV. Now it's up to the Spencer Tigers to find an answer. Here's the kickoff team for BHRV, and it's a squib through the middle, and Carter Petznauser will field it at the 20. Sets up the middle return, now tries to bring it right. Hit from behind and brought down at about the 30 is Carter Petznauser. as BHRV's coverage team does a nice job of catching up to Carter from behind. Landon Van Kickrix in on the stop for the Nighthawks, and now Spencer takes over for the second time offensively tonight. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 31. Spencer Tiger offense got John Nissen going early on that first drive. Finish the drive with 5 carries for 18, but the Tigers were stopped, forced to punt. And now with 2:55 left in the first quarter, the Tigers will take over for the second time in the game, trailing 7-0. Back in motion. Tigers looking to throw. Down the middle for Evan Schmidt.
Oh,
it's intercepted, underthrown, and coming the other way with it is BHRV. It's Van Groothuist, and Van Groothuist able to pick his way downfield, get inside the 35, and he is brought down at the 31-yard line. The Spencer Tigers trying the passing play up the seam to Evan Schmidt, the Tiger tight end, and Evan had a step on Van Groothuist, but Van Groothuist stepping underneath, taking it away on the interception, and BHRV has it with 2:41 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was just underthrew him a bit. He had him on the seam, and Grody made a great play. Went up high and got it. Evan would have been catchable for Evan, but it was just a bit underthrown. So Boyden-Hull with great field position here on the 31 of the Tigers.
I'm going to give more credit there to Van Groothuist than on the throw, because he did cover some ground to get there and make that pick. Now it's Cody Noble. Flips it up towards the line, and the Tigers pick it up, and they're going the other way. Titan Coleman tripped up at the 50, keeps his feet. Titan inside the 40, going to be caught up from behind and tackled, and Spencer will have the football at the 20-yard line, as there was all kinds of miscommunication there from BHRV. Cody Noble went to flip it underhanded, almost like a shovel pass on that counter play to Van Kickrix, I believe, was the intended target. Van Kickrix wasn't looking for the football, Lucas.
No, it like hit him in the back, and they're talking here. What are the officials?
And it's called a forward pass and incomplete.
Just what we talked about. He did the little touch thing, and it hit him in the back.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call. But, man.
Boy, that's a change of momentum when you think you got it back and you're inside the 19.
And moving the other way.
You know, and just change of momentum from an interception to getting it back on a fumble.
And for BHRV, man, that is a huge sigh of relief. You go from thinking you gave up the football and it's going the other way to just being a simple incomplete pass.
Yeah, such a string of emotions here.
Okay, 2nd down and 10 now for the BHRV offense in the shotgun. Van Kickrix, he will clap his hands, and now Cody Noble comes set in the middle of the field. Noble gets the snap, runs behind a wave of blockers to the left, trying to bring it outside. Evan Johnson stretches it out and brings him down. Great individual effort there by EJ to get to Cody Noble and stop him after a gain of 6. Lucas, that time you had receivers who were pulling and blocking almost like linemen.
Pulling that way, and Evan Johnson just made a fantastic play to go over there and make it. And injury timeout. Evan's coming out. Doc Huff's looking at his shoulder, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's a shoulder that's been causing him issues.
Yeah, it happened the last time we played them late in the game. You can see that, and they're going right on into the locker room, it looks like, to take a look. So 3rd and 5 here. Need a stop, Mark.
And I'm not sure, in the 2 games between these 2 teams, we've talked enough about those receivers blocking for BHRV. They're almost like extra linemen with the way they move them around and use them to block.
They are. They're big, solid receivers, and they're there to block first, and they have them standing up, and they crash down.
Everybody in tight except for Caleb Katz, the traditional quarterback who split wide left. Van Kickrix in the shotgun, takes the direct snap, runs it ahead, trying to pick his way through the hole. Van Kickrix now to the second level. He will burst into the secondary, stays on his feet, and he's inside the 5, down to about the 1-yard line as Van Kickrix explodes for a 25-yard gain. And BHRV getting more playmakers involved here tonight early than they did in the first matchup with the Tigers in the ground game.
Yeah, that was just straight handoff. I mean, it was just straight quarterback keep up the middle. He's just picking his area, and they've got such big offensive linemen that they just kind of shield him, and he can pick his spots.
1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Caleb Katz in the shotgun, claps his hands, now will come under center, and has the full house backfield, 3 running backs behind him. He'll get the push on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get into the end zone as he got great push up front. And Caleb Katz is into the end zone with 1:26 left to play in the first quarter, and BHRV rolling here early, 13-0, the extra point pending. Nothing fancy there, just going for the quarterback sneak. Some help from behind from the running backs, which is allowed. And they got a great push, getting their quarterback into the end zone. Swinging gate formation here on the extra point attempt. Everybody moves over to the middle of the field to line up for this Gale and Ciso extra point attempt. And Ciso waits the snap. Good good hold. Kick is up. Low kick, but it clears the crossbar and is good. BHRV 14, Spencer 0 on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
.126 left to play in the first quarter, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading the Spencer Tigers 14-0. And the Spencer Tigers set to get the football back for the third time in the game, but offensively things have not gone to plan yet for the Tigers. Spencer with a punt on its first drive. Second drive ended in an interception, which BHRV was able to take the other way for points. And now the Spencer Tigers set to get the football again as it's teed up by Emiliano Ruvalcaba. He will kick it deep right to left.
Yeah, Tigers need to do something productive here. I mean, you're down 2 scores just on 2 possessions that quick. You need to have some positive breaks here to get back into this football game mentally.
Ruvalcaba has it teed up at the 40. Approaches the tee, will kick it away, another squib through the middle. Up man for the Tigers jumps on top of it, and it's Evan Schmidt covering it up at the 37-yard line, and that's where the Tiger offense will take over with 1:24 left to play in the first quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 14, Spencer 0. The Tiger offense back on the field for the third time. Backs in the backfield along with quarterback Jack DeWitt will be Kenny Rash and also Mikey Jordan at the slot back positions. John Nissen at B-back, and it looks like the Tigers going big here with Caleb Klein in the game as one of the ends with his hand in the dirt. Tigers will run it right. John Nissen is hit right at the line of scrimmage, and John able to pick up about a yard on the play as BHRV really selling out to stop the Tiger B-back.
Yeah, they really are. That was end over there for the Tigers. Just heavy is what I guess I would call it with Caleb Klein on the end. Veer to the right side.
Tiger offense now with a 2nd down and 8. Spencer taking its time and looking at the sideline, waiting for the play call to come in. And everybody will simultaneously check the wristbands and now get set over the football. Again, the big splits noticeable from the Tiger offensive line. Back goes in motion. Tigers will run it that way. Jack DeWitt through the whole second, follows his B-back, and Jack with a nice pickup on 2nd down will pick up about 4, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 4 to go for the Spencer Tigers with 32 seconds left in the quarter. We'll see if Coach Ty elects to wait and have the quarter run out and talk things over before this 3rd down.
Yeah, I wonder if he might. I mean, looking at the wind, it'd be at your back if you punt the next, once you switch sides here with a quarter, and I think that's what they're electing to do.
And the Tigers still looking over to the sideline with the game clock winding down to 10 seconds left in the quarter, so that looks like it will be the final snap of the first quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading the Spencer Tigers after 1, 14-0 on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and streaming online at KICDAM.com.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. Your heating and cooling system keeps your home comfortable all year round. We all expect reliable electric service when we need it. Whether it's turning on the lights or operating appliances throughout the day, you and your family rely on it day and night. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected to your world.
It is the start of the second quarter at Dale Norton Field in Spencer for the third round playoff matchup between the Spencer Tigers and the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading the Spencer Tigers 14-0. And now an interesting situation for the Tiger offense. The Tigers with a third down and 3 to go. Spencer is on its own side of the 50 still. Football's at the 39. This is a pivotal third down early in this game.
And the Tiger offense, they have to convert on these third and short. I mean, that's the basis of how we do things with the power game. And this is, as you said, this is just a key play here for the Tigers, being down 2 scores. They've only run 10 plays here in the first quarter. And so it's important that we keep our offense on the field.
And if the Tigers were in plus territory, you'd feel this is 4-down territory. But with where the ball is, you got to question that. So very important third down here for the Spencer Tiger offense. Tight formation. Tackle over with Caleb Klein on the right side. Spencer running false motion, and it looks like BHRV came across. Nice. And it looks like the Tigers were able to draw off BHRV.
You know what? I love that call to go on 2, give yourself a free first down, and the Tigers coming out in heavy. And then Boyden-Hull Rock Valley walked up all linebackers, basically said we're on an all-out blitz, and then they backed them off at the end, and then we went false motion and jumped. Great job of the Tigers.
I'm a little surprised, as well coached as BHRV is, that wasn't – I'm sure they did talk about that near the sideline, but still jumped off sides. Tigers stay in tight. Jack DeWitt trying to run it right, and he's met in the backfield, and there's – number 1 again, Landon, or no, that was number 2, rather. I misread the number. Joe Sanchez, the defensive end, making the stop, and the Tigers lose yardage on the play, a loss of 1.
Boy, you see their defense really playing some games there with stinting, walking everybody up, 5 men standing. You can't make a predetermined read if you're gonna kick it to the outside. Sometimes the way they're set, you can say we're gonna go midline or we're gonna go outside, and now not able to do that, and then they shot the gap, and that's the type of situation where you're lucky you just hold it on the football because he met them at the mesh point, able to just get back to the line of scrimmage, second and about 11.
Football at the 44 of Spencer. Tigers trail by a couple of touchdowns as they run it through the middle with John Nissen, and Nissen is hit at the line of scrimmage and bouncing around like a pinball, but only able to pick up 3 as BHRV comes with a host of white jerseys. Cade Fisher there again, helping to lead the charge and knock back John Nissen after that short gain.
Yeah, they're just really coming. I mean, you can see it. They're bringing guys getting off blocks. So now the Tigers going to bring in, looks like pull out Klein and Schmidt, so bringing on Hookfin and Carter to be double splits here for what looks like it'll be a pass setup.
And I think Coach Ty probably thinking right now, need to give BHRV something else to think about because right now they're just reading and reacting, getting to the football quickly. Carter split out wide left in single coverage. This could be interesting. Jack DeWitt fakes the handoff, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, tried to throw it quickly as he jumped in the air to try and avoid the pressure. And it falls incomplete as he tried to link up with Kenny Rash coming out of the backfield towards that left side.
Yeah, you're running a naked boot to Jack Strong's side, and the end was crashing and just threw it away. I don't know if he would have got out of that anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was Joe Sanchez who came screaming off the edge, almost like a defensive end at a higher level of football, just purely trying to get to the passer, not worrying about anything else. And now the Tigers will bring out the punt team with Lazek making the catch at his 35, needs to get it away, and he does, as Sanchez was back there again. Now the return game set up by BHRV. Rosaboom tries to bounce it left after initially running right, and the Tiger coverage team does a nice job. Cal Ty makes him change directions, and then Teron Green, Evan Schmidt, and Derek Huss help to make the tackle on the return man Rosaboom for BHRV. 10:20 left to play second quarter. BHRV 14, Spencer 0. And a first down and 10 now for the BHRV offense. Third time in the game that the Nighthawks have the football.
Yeah, really great punt team coverage there. Good job.
Spencer Tiger defense trying to match the physicality right now of the BHRV offense. Mikey Jordan in the game, almost playing that hybrid linebacker safety look at the back end of the Tiger defense. Running right this time, BHRV, and it's Cody Noble running downhill, getting the handoff as the deepest man in the backfield. And Noble on first down is able to pick up 7 yards. And right now that's the big concern for the Tiger defense. Gains of 7, 8, 6 yards, it seems like, almost every carry for BHRV.
Yeah, it's just one of those. They're running downhill right now. Their offensive line is really doing a fantastic job of taking the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 3, running it right this time. Tigers set up the wall, but Fisher's able to bounce out of trouble. Now brings it near the left sideline, and Cade Fisher showing some impressive running ability as he ran about 25 yards to pick up close to 8.
Yeah, this is a different offense with Fisher in the backfield as well. He complements Noble nicely. We didn't see him the first game, and he runs hard. There, we had him right at the line of scrimmage. Great initial surge by the defensive line, and he was able to spin it and bounce it outside, pick up a first down.
And another back with great size, 6'1", 200 pounds goes Cade Fisher. Van Kickerix, by the way, 5'10", 160, lining up in the backfield again. He's one of those backs behind the quarterback Katz, and bursting through the hole and jumping to the second level is Cody Noble, and Noble crosses midfield and then some, picks up 14, brings it to the 44 of the Spencer Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers are fully aware of Noble as he rushed for 220-plus yards against us the first go-round. And right now, their offense is just able to has their ears peeled back, and they're just going forward.
BHRV has only attempted one pass so far, an incomplete pass. Full house backfield again behind Katz under center. Gets the snap, hands it off to the deep man. Better job here by the Tigers of stopping the running play to the right side. And that was Cody Noble again on the carry, picks up 4. Starting to feel like this might be a Cody Noble drive after last drive. Some other characters in white jerseys getting involved running the football. 2nd down and 6. Football at the 40 of Spencer. 14-0 the score. BHRV 8:34 and running on the game clock here, second quarter. Everybody lines up right now. They will shift. And even front, it looks like, for BHRV, and a timeout called by the Nighthawks. 14-0, 8:22 left to play in the first half, with the Nighthawks leading by a couple of touchdowns here on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and KICDAM.com.
At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. After a long day at work using our internet service for your business needs, we know you expect the same service at home. When everyone gets home and is using their devices while waiting for dinner, or online while winding down at the end of the day. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected to your world.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
2 left to play in the first half. Spencer trailing Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 14-0. Fast-moving first half, just 8:22 left to play in the second quarter. Had just the one penalty in the game so far, a Boyden-Hull Rock Valley defensive offsides. The Tigers do not have a penalty. Spencer does have the one turnover. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading 14-0, a rushing touchdown from quarterback Caleb Katz. And also a rushing touchdown from Landon Van Kickerix from 25 yards out to put Boyden-Hull Rock Valley in front, 14-0, as the Tiger defense comes back onto the field for this 2nd down and 6 from BHRV. The Nighthawks called that timeout, and now bringing Victor Urbina, the lineman, back onto the field a little bit late. I don't know if he had an equipment issue. He's the right tackle. Gets lined up. Strength side of the formation they show is the right side. Now everybody shifts. 3 men in the backfield in the I formation behind Katz. He'll keep it on the quarterback bootleg, and the Tigers were ready for it. And Katz did get outside, picks up 4, but that's good pursuit by the Tiger defense.
Yeah, Katz made something out of nothing there. The Tigers read that well, were able to pop up, and he just showed his speed to the outside. 3rd and 1 with the ball on the Tigers' 35.
I wonder what the tell was on that for the Tiger defense, because there were several purple jerseys that acted.
They walked right up.
Yeah.
I saw it.
3rd down and 1 now for BHRV. Football at the 35 of Spencer. Nighthawks shift again. They're not just shifting wide receivers, they're shifting linemen also. Katz under center, hands it off to Cade Fisher. Fisher tripped up as he gets through the hole, literally tripped over some of his own linemen's legs, and picks up 3 yards and a first down.
Yeah, anytime it's short yardage, Cade Fisher's been the go-to guy, and he's coming off the field now. Boy, that's just added a whole different dimension to this team late in the season.
It really has. I mean, you're getting a body type almost the same as Cody Noble, and I'm not sure he's as dynamic as a runner as Noble, but he's still able to carry the football effectively. Van Kickerix now will get the direct snap. He will run it straight ahead, and he is running hard. Landon Van Kickerix, like a bull in a china shop, right through the middle, able to pick up 6 yards on first down.
You know, it's almost like a decoy. They line up 4 guys to the right in stand-up formation, and then he's just picking his hole to the left where there's less bodies.
And did you notice no shift that time pre-snap? So the Tigers waiting for that shift. It never happens. All of a sudden, Van Kickerix running right at you. And Van Kickerix will motion again into the shotgun. And this is another fake. And it will be Cody Noble who takes over, ready for the shotgun snap. He will run it right after the direct snap. Hits Ethan Hyder in the hole, stays on his feet. Noble breaking tackles will pick up the first down and bring it into the red zone as BHRV is continuing to churn up the yards, continues to pick up first downs, and another gain of about 6 for Noble.
Yeah, he's just a good hard runner. And Ethan Hyder, great job getting off his block.
Stonewalled him in the hole.
Yeah, and he was able to bounce off that, pick up the first down to the Tigers' 17.
First down and 10 for BHRV. 6:25 left first half. Nighthawks lead 14-0. And Van Kickerix will allow Cody Noble now to move into the shotgun position. He'll take the direct snap. Running it left. Now back to the middle. Tigers catch up to him from behind, but Noble keeps the legs churning and picks up a couple of extra yards at the end of the run. Man, these backs are running hard here tonight for BHRV as Noble picks up 7 on first down.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story is these big first down plays. It brings up second and short, and they're just running, different direction off of their sets. I mean, it's a weird bunch set. I mean, 4 guys standing up.
It is strange, and all of the pre-snap motion, not something you're used to seeing in high school football necessarily, but BHRV very adept with those shifts. And there's the 4-man stand-up look on the right side of the line. Noble will run it that way after the direct snap, staying on his feet at the linebacker level and finally brought down as it's taking 4 guys at a time to bring down Cody Noble right now as he gets it to the 10-yard line, and it will be a gain of 5 for Noble.
Yeah, just keeping his feet moving, offensive line moving, and right now the Tigers starting to show a little despondence on the sideline here a little bit. You kind of got punched in the mouth twice and looking to get punched again here for 3 touchdowns, 5:10 left, clock rolling.
Cody Noble, 11 carries, 101 yards in the game as BHRV now first and goal to go from the 4. Full house backfield behind Katz, who's under center. Hit in the backfield is Noble by Mikey Jordan, and he brings him backwards. Ball pops out late, but he was already down. And that's a better job that time by the Spencer Tigers up front. Mikey Jordan coming off of the edge and making the stop in the backfield.
Yeah, great job by Mikey and by the defensive line to stonewall that. After this will be their 12th play of this drive here, Mark.
No gain on the play. Mikey Jordan was able to wrap up around the waist of Cody Noble. And that's actually a pretty good physical matchup between Mikey Jordan and Cody Noble, as now it's Van Kickerix in the shotgun. And the strength side of the formation will shift right to left. And those stand up, now it's 5 players standing up on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Noble will run that way. Stonewalled again. This time it's Cadence Hoffmeyer who drives him backwards.
Well, that gets people fired up there as fighting up the blocks on the edge there was Sire. Not allowing him to get to the outside, forced him back in. Cadence Hoffmeyer came flying from his linebacker position. And this is a big stand here, third down on the 4.
And Noble and Hoffmeyer hitting shoulder to shoulder. That's kind of like a chemical lab explosion when those two combine. 3:50 left to go first half. Second quarter, BHRV leading the Spencer Tigers 14-0, and it's 3rd and goal to go now from the 3-yard line for BHRV. Caleb Katz in the shotgun. Strength side of the formation is right. Katz will roll that way, looking to throw. Pump fake, now he's going to run, and he walks into the end zone as the Spencer Tigers were worried about the coverage in the end zone. Caleb Katz says, pretty good coverage, I'll just tuck it and run.
Yeah, the Tigers read it well. I think even on the pre-snap read, they said, hey, it's going to be boot coming this way. And they did drop into the flat. They had the receivers covered, but we couldn't get to the outside to bring him in. Katz with a good decision. Touchdown.
20-0, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, 3:31 left to play in the second quarter. And BHRV lines up with the swinging gate formation. We'll start on the left side, now move all the big bodies to the middle of the field for the extra point attempt. Caleb Katz will be on the hold, and Ciso to kick it away. Here's the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. BHRV 20. 0. 3:31 left to play in the first half on News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD and KICDAM.com. .31 left to play in the second quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading the Spencer Tigers 21-0. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has had the football 3 times. The Spencer Tigers have not stopped BHRV yet, and BHRV has run 25 plays in the game and scored 21 points. And that last drive, Lucas DeWitt, was that the longest one yet?
Yeah, the first drive was longer. That was 10 plays, 81 yards. This was 72 yards on 13 plays, but it did take just under 7 minutes off the clock. And as you said, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has run over 25 plays, the Tigers 10 here in the first half, and that's kind of the story of the game.
Yes, it is. 3:31 left to play first half. Another squib kick through the middle. Tigers got a hand on it, Landon Ellis, and now it's picked up by Mikey Jordan. Mikey will return it, gets a nice return, as Mikey Jordan has had a strong first half. Brings it out to the 39-yard line as Mikey will hand off the football to the Tiger offense. Spencer's had the ball now. Is this going to be the third time the Tigers take over or the fourth?
Fourth time, yep.
2 punts and a turnover for the Tiger offense so far. 3:25 left to play in this first half, and the Tigers need to see something positive happen on the offensive side right now. Something to lift up. You mentioned the Tiger sideline, and you're right, Lucas. It's a lot of just standing around over there, where BHRV, there's a lot of celebrating. And granted, they've got reason to.
Right,
but
there hasn't been a lot to celebrate, but we need to just get some energy.
Tigers in tight, heavy formation, running it left with John Nissen. Nissen breaks through the hole.
Fumble.
Football comes out, and it's recovered by BHRV. The Nighthawks find it. John Nissen, as he's going down, has the football knocked loose, and it's recovered by Victor Urbina, number 60.
Yeah, it's going from bad to worse here, giving him 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the half. And, this just is not what the Tigers expected coming out as far as to just not have any breaks, and they really haven't. 2 turnovers here in our first 4 possessions. Makes it rough, giving them the ball on our side of the field, and we haven't been able to stop them yet.
I will also say this, Lucas. It's been basically right at a month. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley looks better, stronger tonight, faster tonight, and they've added some weapons to the attack on offense. Kind of scary. 1st and 10 for BHRV. Football at the 45 of Spencer. After the fumble, Van Kickericks trying to run the end around, and a great play made out on the perimeter by the Spencer Tigers. Stepping up to make the stop was Cole Eddington, and a one-on-one stop on Landon Van Kickericks.
Yeah, that was a great play by Eddington. He's in there for EJ, who hurt his shoulder early and did a great job of coming up and making that read. Now the Tigers making a sub, pulling out linebacker Mikey Jordan for Landon Ellis, as it looks like it'd be a passing situation with 2nd and 10.
And it's not only that Cole made the read. Van Kickericks has been one of the hardest runners in the game so far. Cole brings him down on the one-on-one tackle. Now the spread-out look, trying to throw it over the middle, and it's bobbled and caught by BHRV through the hands of Van Groothuist, and Van Kickericks able to make the catch. And that's kind of the way the first half has gone so far for BHRV.
Yeah, that's the play that is the signature of how this half has gone. And that was just it went through his hands, but another receiver coming back on the backside was able to catch it for 14-yard gain, first down.
Van Kickericks did not have a big game against the Tigers the first time out. You kind of felt like he might here tonight. 5 receivers in the formation. Trips right, Katz looking to throw. Steps up, throws downfield over the middle, and it will be bobbled and caught by BHRV in the end zone. Tigers had hands on the football twice, and Van Kickericks stayed with the play and made it. Or actually, was it Noble that came down? It's tough to tell. It is Van Kickericks, number 1 with the reception. Katz really probably shouldn't have thrown that football. Landon Ellis playing center field, got hands on it, couldn't get the takeaway, and man, that one's a backbreaker.
Well, that was an interception. I mean, Landon Ellis read that perfectly. He was kind of waiting for it, went up to get it, and they collided. Ball came down into his hands, touchdown. And I said the play before covered the first half. That was the play that covered the first half.
Back-to-back plays through one receiver's hands into the other set of receivers' hands, this time for a touchdown. My goodness. Tiger defense heads have to be spinning after that one. Here comes the extra point attempt from Enciso, and he puts it through the uprights good. 28-0, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with 2:20 left to play in the first half. And BHRV, all kinds of excitement on their sideline right now. Dejected looks on the Tiger sideline with 2:20 left to play in the first half. Spencer down 28-0 on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD. I hate that I called Van Kipperix having a big game, but I did. 2:20 left to play in the first half, and the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks have continued to add to the lead, now out in front 28-0 in this matchup between teams that tied for the district title along with Sergeant Bluff Luton in Class 3A District Number 1. And right now Boyden-Hull Rock Valley in control, and we're still in the first half. The HRV to kick it away, left to right from the 40-yard line, a squib through the middle, knocked down by the Tigers, who jump on top of it at the 40. And Spencer will have the football from its own 40 as Landon Ellis covers that one up for the Tiger return team. And now the Spencer Tiger offense for the 5th time in the half comes onto the field. Spencer's had the ball 4 times, 2 punts, a fumble, and an interception.
Yeah, you don't win too many games with that type of recipe from your offensive performance, nor with the defense being put in bad situations on field position, as well as not getting a stop here on any possession.
Carter Petznauser split wide left. Everyone else in tight in the flex bone. Tigers will run it left, hand it off to John Nissen. Nissen holding onto it with 2 hands after that fumble on the last drive, and John will pick up 2 yards on first down. Well, that's kind of been the story here tonight. Limited yardage on first down for the Tiger offense. BHRV's been getting those big chunk plays on first down, and it's made a big difference.
Well, now you're under 2 minutes here, and to be honest, you want this clock to keep going, Mark. You don't want to give them any time here. Lick our wounds here at halftime and see what we got.
Yeah, the Tiger defense has not stopped BHRV yet. Do not want to give them the football back. 1:44 left to play first half. As Jack DeWitt goes under center, gets the snap. Hands it off to the right side. John Nissen again, and John just stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. And this is the end result of so many of the Tiger plays here in this first half. 4 tacklers bringing down the Spencer Tiger ball carrier. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and this puts the Tigers in a tough situation. You know, 3rd and long, forced to pass, don't want to pass. I doubt we will here, Mark. I think, you know, the clock going here, 1:14. I think getting out of here with the clock running is more important than trying to go for something big.
And BHRV did use 1 timeout, has 2 left in this half. Clock winds down to a minute left to play first half. And now the Tigers get set, get the snap. Rocket toss right side, Kenny Rash. Kenny with a big hole. Kenny upfield.
Hey.
Kenny to the sideline. Kenny inside the 30. Going the other way is Kenny Rash, and he's finally caught up to and brought down at about the 12-yard line by Heiser, one of the cornerbacks for BHRV, making the touchdown-saving tackle on the Tigers' biggest play.
Boy, Kenny showed his speed to the outside. Loved the rocket toss. And that was big. Picked up the first down. Gets us down to the 14.
It's going to be a 44-yard carry for Kenny Rash on the rocket toss to the right side.
With 50 seconds left here, see the Tigers can get in the end zone.
50 seconds left in the second quarter as the Tigers go into their hurry-up, getting to the line of scrimmage. Running rocket toss left now for Mikey Jordan. Mikey cuts it upfield, and Mikey will get into the end zone for the score as BHRV selling out at the line of scrimmage to try and stop running between the tackles, and the Tigers get it to the outside quickly on back-to-back carries. Mikey Jordan punches it in, and the Spencer Tigers are on the board 28-6. BHRV with the lead. 45 seconds left to play first half.
Yeah, rocket toss both directions, getting to the outside, making their linebackers pay for getting such tight inside. Nice to see that happen. You got to have the ball to score.
Extra point attempt is up from Ian Youngdahl, and it is good. The Spencer Tigers strike for the first time in the game. 28-7, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the lead. 45 seconds left to play second quarter on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
Hello?
This is your utility company calling to let you know that your account is up for disconnection if you don't pay your overdue balance right now. Can I get your account number, please?
Thank you for calling in to verify the status of your account. We are glad you hung up and called in rather than falling for a scam. We do not call customers asking for an account number. We will ask you to verify your identity.
Don't become a victim of a utility scam.
Big shot in the arm before the halftime break for the Spencer Tiger offense. The Tigers get into the end zone, and it's 28-7. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the lead now. 45 seconds left to play first half. Quick strike drive from the Spencer Tiger offense.
Yeah, it really was, Mark. We went 4 plays, minute 40, 60 yards. And that was on a 3rd down and 8 that we got the big play out of Kenny Rash. Rocket toss to the right, busted down the sideline, showed great speed. And then rocket toss left to the outside. Mikey Jordan picked up a good block, read it well. Was able to get in the end zone.
Tigers to kick it away from Spencer's own 40-yard line. Ian Youngdahl teeing it up at the 40. And Ian will kick it right to left to the return men for BHRV, Van Groothuist and Noble. High and deep kick. Noble backing up and has to watch it go over his head and into the end zone. What a boot there by Ian Youngdahl. Yes, he does have the wind at his back, but still a strong kick by the Tiger kicker. 45.7 seconds left in the first half as BHRV will take over. Score update for you from our game on Big Country 107.7. West Hancock in control in that game, 35-6 over the HMS Hawks. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley coming to the line of scrimmage here with the full house backfield. Handed off to one of the up backs. And not a ton of running room as the Tigers there to meet the challenge and drive the runner backwards. Well done by the Tigers as Cade Fisher stopped in his tracks for the first time tonight, picks up a yard.
Yeah, that's a good sign there for the Tiger defense to be able to just collapse down and take away the inside.
24 seconds left and the clock running, and BHRV looks like it might be okay with going into the halftime break with a 3-score lead.
Yeah, I think so. On their side of the field, not run a risk of a turnover, scoop and score.
And BHRV, remember, deferred to start this game as well. And that will be the final play of the second quarter. Halftime, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 28, Spencer 7. When we come back, it's the Spencer Tiger halftime show on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and KICDAM.com.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
You cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Susie Awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Make it an awesome autumn. Autumn is many people's favorite season. What's not to love about pumpkins on the front step, baking an apple pie, and feeling a bit of chill in the air? As your local communications provider, Spencer Municipal Utilities would love to make your autumn even more awesome. Granted, we don't offer pumpkin spice internet, but we do offer awesome speeds up to 1 gig, awesome prices to fit any budget, and awesome employees who are here to help. Call Spencer Municipal Utilities at 712-580-5800 for an awesome internet plan.
The clock wind down and go into the halftime break. Let's take a look at the scoring summary for the first half, and we'll start off with early in the first quarter, where Boyden-Hull Rock Valley got the football, went 10 plays, 81 yards, 5 minutes off the clock. Cody Noble with a 36-yard touchdown run, and the touchdown put Boyden-Hull ahead 7-0 early. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley would get the football back, go 4 plays, 31 yards. Caleb Katz with a 1-yard touchdown run, and 14-0 Boyden-Hull Rock Valley at the end of the first. Into the second quarter, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley puts together a 13-play drive, 6 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock, going 72 yards. This time it was Caleb Katz on a bootleg, rolling out looking like he might pass, instead runs the football, gets into the end zone from 3 yards out. Extra point was good, 21-0. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with just a few minutes left in the second quarter. After a Spencer Tiger turnover, BHRV goes 2 plays, back-to-back passing plays, just 1 minute off the clock, 45 yards. This time it was Caleb Katz through the air, 31 yards to Landon Van Kickericks for his second touchdown of the half. Made it 28-0 after the extra point. Spencer Tigers got the ball back and would respond with a Mikey Jordan 14-yard touchdown run on a rocket toss left. Spencer Tigers go 4 plays, 60 yards in a minute and 40 seconds, give the football back to BHRV, and the Nighthawks would run just 1 play before the end of the first half. For the Spencer Tigers, leading the way on the ground in that first half was Kenny Rash. 1 carry, 44 yards on the rocket toss to the right side. Kenny got the sideline, did get caught just about 14 yards from the end zone on a nice hustle play by Cole Heiser for BHRV. The corner able to catch up to Kenny. John Nissen with 9 carries for 24 in the first half. Jack DeWitt carried it 3 times for 4 yards. Mikey Jordan with 1 carry for 14 yards and a touchdown. Spencer rushing for 86 yards in the half. Attempted just 1 pass. It was incomplete. Tigers with 86 yards of total offense. For BHRV, leading rusher in the half was lead tailback Cody Noble, 13 carries, 103 yards. Landon Van Kickericks carried it 6 times for 46 yards and a touchdown. Cade Fisher, 6 carries for 27 yards. Caleb Katz, 2 carries for 5 yards and a rushing score. And through the air, Caleb Katz was 2 for 3 for 31 yards and a touchdown to Landon Van Kickericks. And it was on the ground, 181 yards rushing for BHRV, 31 through the air, 212 yards of total offense for the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks at the halftime break. Spencer with 2 turnovers in the half, a fumble and an interception. No penalties for the Tigers. That fumble was recovered by Victor Urbina of BHRV, and Bryson Van Grootheest with the interception for the Nighthawks. BHRV with just the 1 penalty, and that was a defensive offsides in that first half. Halftime break. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading Spencer 28-7. We're in the 3rd round of the football playoffs in Class 3A from Dale Norton Field in Spencer. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores from other games taking place in Northwest Iowa this evening here on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and streaming online at KICDAM.com.
We have several convenient ways to pay your bill with Spencer Municipal Utilities. Sign up for our bank payment plan and have the amount due taken out automatically on the due date. Put your payment in the mail. Use the drop box in front of our office. Make a payment online through our website or mobile app. Utility customers can make a payment by phone. Our payment window is also open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. As a reminder, until we have our billing systems completely integrated, we aren't able to take your communication payment by phone. If you have questions on what might be best for you, or if you need assistance setting up a different payment method, feel free to give our customer service a call at 580-5800.
Spencer Municipal Utilities. We keep you connected to your world.
Equal opportunity employer. Experience the difference at St. Luke Homes and Services in Spencer.
Across the country, we walk, carrying flowers that signify why we want to end Alzheimer's disease. But what if, one day, there was a white flower for Alzheimer's first survivor? What if there were millions of them? Join us for the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's. Register today at alz.org/walk.
CD in Spencer, Iowa, part of the Spencer Radio Group.
At the halftime break, Dale Norton Field in Spencer, third round of the football playoffs. We are in the final 16 teams in each class, and the Spencer Tigers, one of 16 teams in Class 3A still remaining. But Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the lead, 28-7 at the halftime break. Some other scores for you. We've got Webster City up 14-7 over Sergeant Bluff Luton. That game at the half. And on Big Country 107-7, our last score, it was West Hancock 35. And at Hartley Melvin Sanborn 6. Cole Kelly, the outstanding running back for West Hancock, had things rolling early. 132 yards on 19 carries and a couple of touchdowns for Cole Kelly. Another score for you, Audubon leading Newell Fonda 14-6 at the halftime break. Lucas, that score, Webster City up on Sergeant Bluff Luton 14-7 at the halftime break. I can't imagine there's been a game where Sergeant Bluff Luton had only 7 points at halftime this year. Maybe they did, but that's a pretty low score for the Warriors.
Yeah, it really is. Probably my guess would be Webster City ball control, long drives, keeping it out of the Warriors' hands.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the scenario that's at play there in that matchup between those two teams. And when you talk about ball control, you also can mention this game where Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has been able to do just that. Unfortunately, the Tigers have given Boyden-Hull Rock Valley some help with a couple of turnovers. The good news for the Tigers have kept the penalties in check here in the first half. No Tiger penalties and just one for Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, but the recipe pretty simple for the Tiger offense in the second half, at least from what we saw at the tail end of the half, Lucas. That starts with taking care of the football and finding some ways to get to the outside right now, because Boyden-Hull Rock Valley totally selling out to keep everything in front of them in that running zone between the tackles.
Yeah, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has said, we're going to stop you from the inside out, meaning we're taking your fullback out. We're going to make you get to the outside. And the Tigers just have not had the ball enough to do that. Trying to establish your fullbacks what you want to do early, and when you only run, 10 plays through through halfway through the second quarter, we did end up with 18 plays. Didn't really get much going there, but it was nice to see the score right before halftime. Give our team some excitement going in.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, what the Nighthawks are doing defensively. Do you remember 2013, the Tigers played, and Coach Ty mentioned this in the pregame, but Tigers beat beat Bishop Elin, and then come back and have to face Bishop Elin in the playoffs. Bishop Elin was kind of doing something similar, where they were bringing their linebackers up to the line of scrimmage and saying, we're bringing these guys, and if you can get past them, okay, you're going to have room to run, but you've got to get past them first. And that's kind of what we've seen from Boyden-Hull Rock Valley tonight. In that 5-yard zone, there is just so many bodies to try to get through.
Yeah, and they're you know, they've been bringing blitzes and gaps most of the game, and the Tigers are able to burn them with a quick hit to the outside. I mean, that's how you get by that is. And you'd think, though, even with their inside, if John can, you know, he was a couple shoestring tackles away from busting big ones as well. But that's just kind of the breaks, and the breaks have not fallen the way for the Tigers. I mean, that first interception that we had was actually a well-thrown ball. The kid made a great over-the-shoulder catch.
And we've had a couple of people text us to let us know they're watching and how great of a catch it was.
And then you also have, you know, 2 pass plays in a row by the Nighthawks where it went through their primary receiver's hands, and then somebody else made the catch. We had an interception that we could have had. Landon Ellis had it played up perfectly, and it was ricocheted around and fell into the receiver's hands in the end zone. Just breaks like that have kind of been the story.
And the thing is, too, you need to wait for that football because you want that takeaway. The Tigers need the football back. It would have helped to knock down the ball there, obviously. It avoids a touchdown, but you're trying to make a play on the ball so you can get it back for your offense. And that's just kind of the breaks sometimes where the ball bounces around like it did.
Yeah, and you know, we can talk about those breaks, but let's be honest, we're getting handled.
And BHRV's made its own luck.
I mean, they played phenomenal. They came out with a vengeance. They came out and said we're going to establish the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and they have done that. I mean, they've made some nice new wrinkles, getting Fisher involved with more handoffs, some different sets. You know, they just had a really a near flawless first half.
And you add in those 2 backs that are carrying the football tonight in Van Kickericks and Fisher, and that's just allowed Cody Noble to almost fly under the radar, which you would think would be hard to do.
And we're talking about him flying under the radar, and he has over 100 yards in the first half. That tells you how balanced and solid they've been, you know, the touchdown pass as well. But, you know, it's interesting. I mean, it's 28-7. You know, 2 turnovers. Might it be 28-14? I'm not sure. Our defense, I'm sure right now, is saying, okay, what are we going to do here to get some stops as well?
Yes, and we've seen the Tigers also have to play some games, too, up at the line of scrimmage. We've seen a new look from the Tigers tonight where there's essentially, what would you call it, 5 linebackers on the field and almost one playing as a safety.
Yeah, and trying to roll over, trying to match
and we did
strength for strength.
And we did see on the one big run by Van Kickericks, once he got through, there was not a safety net back there for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a big adjustment. That's a big scheme change for the Tigers from what we've ran all year. And we'll see if they go with that again in the second half, but I'm guessing the Tigers are going to try just about anything they have to try to get some stops here, as Boyden-Hull Rock Valley's been able to score on every possession.
Yeah, the Tigers need to break out the screwball, the knuckleball, everything they have in the pitching arsenal defensively for the second half. A couple more scores for you before we start things in the third quarter. South O'Brien leading Council Bluffs St. Albert at the half, 8-7. Like to see that from the Wolverines, and it's Central Lyon George Little Rock up on Esterville Lincoln Central in another tight game, 7-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock over ELC at the halftime break, and we've got the halftime score now from Britt, the hobo capital of the world. West Hancock leading HMS 43-18 at the halftime break in Britt. Spencer Tigers back onto the field, ready to go for the third quarter, but no sign of the Nighthawks yet. When we come back, it's kickoff for the third quarter. Spencer trails 28-7 on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. From the time you step in the shower first thing in the morning and quick start the dishwasher before leaving the house for the day, to grabbing a glass of water after an evening walk, we know you expect quality water to meet all your needs. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected to your world.
The American Red Cross urgently needs blood and platelet donations and asks donors to schedule an appointment to give now. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. Your blood donation is critical and can help save lives. Please, schedule an appointment today. Download the Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. You can make a difference.
It's the end of the day, and you just realized that you didn't stop at Spencer Municipal Utilities to pay your utility bill. Sign up for SMU's bank payment plan and start paying your bill the easy way. Stop by our customer service center or find the form on smunet.net.
If you notice that a street light is out or blinking,
please go to our website at smunet.net and click on the Streetlight Outage Report link, and we will send out our customer service representative to get it fixed. Just about ready for the start of the third quarter as Boyden-Hull Rock Valley rejoins the Spencer Tigers on the field. Let's take another quick look at the statistics before we start things off for you in the third. Leading rusher for the Tigers is Kenny Rash on that one long carry of 44 yards. John Nissen had 9 carries for 24. Mikey Jordan with the Tigers' lone touchdown. A rush of 14 yards on the rocket toss to the left side. Spencer with 86 yards of total offense in the half. For Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, Cody Noble leading the way, 13 carries, 103 yards. And the Nighthawks able to gain 181 on the ground, 31 through the air. And it was 212 yards of total offense for BHRV. For the Iowa State Cyclones tomorrow, you'll be able to hear that matchup, Iowa State and Kansas, on Big Country 107.7 tomorrow. Lucas, what time is the kickoff tomorrow? I already forgot.
You know, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand.
I've been focused on this game. Mark.
That's true. But that matchup for Iowa State, you feel really good about the Clones going into that one because of the struggles of Kansas. What would you like to see the Cyclones, in an area that you would like to see them improve in a game tomorrow where it's almost going to be like that for the Cyclones, where they can focus on some areas?
Well, I think it's playing a complete game. I think that's the main thing. You know, not a bad performance against the Cowboys last week, and you just like to see them put it all together. Obviously, you know, it's done a great job up front for Brees Hall in the running game.
What do you think about that Oklahoma State team? Can they win the whole Big 12?
I think they can. I really do. I think it's
legitimate
just a crazy
defense.
year, though. They're so athletic. It's just a weird year, isn't it?
It is, yes. You almost would feel bad for Oklahoma State if they would go on to win it in this year, because people would hold that against them, that it was a strange season. But still a long way to go in the Big 12 and all of the conferences for sure. And Iowa will be back in action again tomorrow as well. Keep an eye on the Hawkeyes as they try to bounce back from a loss to Purdue. And now we are ready to go for the third quarter. Spencer Tigers will kick it away as Boyden-Hull Rock Valley won the toss in the game, deferred to the second half. Spencer Tigers got the football first, but unfortunately had to punt the ball away on that first drive. So the Tigers come out now. Do we keep an eye out for anything here on the kickoff? Probably not, but
hey, it's the playoffs.
It is the playoffs. Ian Youngdahl has it teed up at the 40. Tigers senior kicker to kick it away, and he will kick it deep. Kind of a sidewinding kick, goes into the corner and just out of bounds, shy of the pylon. I thought that might sneak into the end zone, but again, not the worst case scenario to start out at the 35. That's where BHRV will have it.
Yeah, it kicked it I thought it was going to just go right into the corner. You know, it was a nice spot for it. Just missed it by a couple yards.
So the Tiger kick goes out of bounds, gives BHRV the football at the 35, and that's where the Nighthawks will have it for this first drive of the second half.
Again, see the Tigers with that different high safety look with the linebacker Mikey Jordan in there.
Everybody in tight except for one wide receiver for BHRV. And the strength side of the formation is the right side. The direct snap to Cody Noble. He'll go away from the strength side, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage by the Tiger tackler, who...
I think it was Kenny Rash that came up.
I think it was Landon Ellis.
No, it was Ellis. I thought Ellis was out. You're right. He came up from his free safety, and they walked him up, and he was able to get him right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big play to set the tone here for the second half.
And, man, Ellis had him tight around the ankles to bring him down like that.
We're going to go no gain on that, Mark.
Yeah,
that might be the first time for all night that we've got no gain.
Second down and 10. Running it right this time is Van Kickericks. He bursts through the hole, and Van Kickericks provides a nice boost. The tackle made by Cadence Hoffmeyer, but Van Kickericks able to pick up 8 yards. And Landon Van Kickericks, I'm not really sure how best to describe what to do defensively when he has the football, because he's just being patient right in the middle of a mass of bodies and picking his way through the hole.
And that's one thing that the Nighthawks do a great job is that's waiting for blocks and holes and seams to open up.
All right, third down and short for the Nighthawks. And Cody Noble will switch into the shotgun look, presumably to get the shotgun snap. He will get the snap. He tries to run left. Tigers with a lot of bodies there, but Noble able to break through and have enough for a first down as Cody Noble gets to the 48-yard line, a gain of 4 for the back for BHRV.
Yeah, and the Nighthawks all night have just made a feast on third and short and able to pick up the first down. The Tigers did a better job there of not giving up 8 or 9. And so far here the Tigers have shored things up a little bit.
Yes, encouraging signs there early for the Tigers, but BHRV does get the first down and now near midfield. Ball's at the 49-yard line. 3 men in the backfield, I formation, power I behind the quarterback Katz, who's under center. Hands it off to Noble. Ball's on the ground, but he picks it back up, and now he's in the secondary. Cody Noble showing off his athleticism to lose the football, find it, and then get upfield as there's a Tiger slow to get up at the end of the play. Looks like Cadence Hoffmeyer may be trying to work out an issue. That's going to be a 10-yard gain and a first down for Cody Noble as Hoffmeyer will stay in the game.
Yeah, Mikey Jordan's able to bring him down, but boy, another fortuitous bounce just off the turf right into his lap in full stride. First down.
It's also just being an athlete, though, finding the football like that. 10 minutes left, third quarter. BHRV shifts, and now Caleb Katz will go under center. Katz will get the snap, hands it off to his deep man. Noble picking his way through, and now Noble delivering some punishment at the end of the carry all the way down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 15. And that was just too easy for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, nothing special there. Tigers rotating different bodies in here up front.
Yeah, the Tigers trying to keep people somewhat fresh on the defensive side of the football with Boyden-Hull Rock Valley continuing to march up and down the field. Brogan Sire and Ethan Heider remain in at the defensive end spots. Titan Coleman, Kenny Rash at linebacker. Cole Eddington out there as well.
And Zach O'Clair came in at tackle for Huckfeld.
Now Van Kickericks, the run through the middle, as has been his go-to mode of running the football tonight, and Van Kickericks will pick up 6 yards on first down. Patient running from number 1.
Yeah, and it looks like you have them. I mean, their momentum stopped, and then they still stumble ahead for 3 or 4 more yards. And that's been the story tonight. It
has. And the Tigers have been a great tackling team all year long. I wouldn't say they've tackled poorly here tonight. It's just hard running by BHRV. Strength side of the formation is the right side. Van Kickericks in the shotgun, gets the direct snap. He'll run it right up the middle again, and Van Kickericks, nothing special to that. It's essentially a quarterback sneak out of the shotgun as he picks up 7.
With 5 receivers lined up on the far right side, so your defense has to match that to a degree. So you almost have a natural imbalance where you're saying, hey, my quarterback's 180 pounds and fast. I got a good lineman in front. I'll pick my way to get 5 or 6.
28-7, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the lead. 8:30 left to play third quarter as the Nighthawks shift. Van Kickericks out of the shotgun, Cody Noble into the gun. Direct snap to Noble. He'll run right to the strength side. Bottled up in the backfield, and a flag flies as Noble does end up picking up 3 yards. There wasn't a lot of running room. He had to do some side-to-side running, and he's slow to get up at the end of the carry as well, but back on his feet, and it's a hold against BHRV.
Yeah, that's the first real hold we've had on either team as far as to move them back with down and distance.
Just our second penalty combined in the game.
Yeah, outside of the kicks.
Yes, that's true. The 2 illegal procedures out of bounds. By the way, our producer back at the studio has chipped in and reminded me that the Clones play tomorrow at 11 a.m., so you'll be able to hear that on Big Country 107.7. And the Hawkeyes tomorrow play at 2:30 against Northwestern. First down and 21 to go after the penalty. Everybody spread out. 4 receivers left. Katz going to run it out of the shotgun, and the Tigers not fooled. Great work by that interior defensive line. Huckfeld and company able to find Katz and bring him down quickly.
Yeah, it was really just basically a quarterback draw is how I describe that. When they have you spread out and he's just taking it to run, and Huckfeld not fooled at all. He comes off. There's some crowd noise, and Rutter's in for him at tackle.
That was the true definition of eye candy because those players were not involved in the play out wide apart from blocking. 4 receivers again left. Katz will roll that way. Now he's pressured. Throws on the run, has a man in the flat. Catch is made. Noble puts his foot in the ground, and he's upended by the Tiger tackler, shy of the line needed to gain. Good tackle out there by Landon Ellis once again, but it is a nice gain by Cody Noble, and it will bring up a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, bootleg to the left, and you had Titan Coleman coming on the blitz, and he had plenty of time coming out of the shotgun with a deep roll, able to throw it on the dime, and now it's 3rd and 4.
16-yard gain for Noble, and it's 3rd down and actually going to call it 3 as the strength side shifts to the left in a full house backfield behind Katz. He'll hand it off to the deep man, Noble, and he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Not going to get the first down. He will pick up 2, and it will bring up a 4th down and 1 to go.
Yeah, they'll definitely go for it here, I think. We're down territory inside the red zone, and that was a nice job of the Tiger defensive line to create the pile.
And they actually only gave him a yard, so it will be 4th down and 2. Offensive personnel staying in the game for BHRV. No signs of Ruval Kaba coming into the game or Enciso to attempt a kick. Long look over at the sideline. Play clock down to 10.
We brought in Ellis, making us think they're going to do that bootleg again.
Trips to the right.
Yep.
Now a man motions to the right. Katz will roll out to the right side. He's pressured, but gets the throw away, and it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown. And the reception by BHRV hauled in right in the middle of the field as threw it back across his body just a little bit. I still didn't see who caught that. Might have been Vanderswag. He was in the middle of the formation, or maybe Van Groothuis, tough to tell. But with 6:11 left to play, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley in front 34-7, 6:11 left in the third quarter, and the extra point pending now for Gale and Ciso. Extra point on the way, the kick is up, and it is good. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 35, Spencer 7, 6:11 left to play in the third quarter on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
Have you mixed your pain meds, your sleep meds, your allergy meds? Call the Poison Helpline. Has your child swallowed household cleaner, a chip of paint, a wild mushroom? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you been bitten by a spider, a snake, an insect? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first to speak with medical professionals who can give you free personal advice anytime. Save the number, save a life.
Casey?
Mom?
Wake up, honey.
What's going on?
We gotta go. Stay low.
6:11 left to play in the third quarter, and the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks lead the Spencer Tigers 35-7. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley getting into the end zone on a pass completion. We're still not quite 100% sure who caught the touchdown for BHRV, but it's another passing touchdown for Caleb Katz, his second of the night. The first one was on that strange bouncing ball that was in and out of the hands of several players before it was finally hauled in. This time, much more straightforward completion over the middle of the field as Katz rolled out right and then passed it back towards the middle. And there was a wide open receiver, well, not wide open, but an open space and a catch made in the end zone.
Yeah, 11 plays, 65 yards, just under 6 minutes off the clock on that Caleb Katz touchdown pass.
Kick is away, and it's another short kick rolling towards the sideline. Tigers have to let it roll, and it does finally go out of bounds, and now a penalty flag is thrown, as it will be a legal procedure for rolling out of bounds. Good job by Mikey Jordan to shield off that sideline. But that was a good kick by BHRV because it made Spencer have to play that game of waiting to see if it would get out of bounds.
Well, it was a situation where Mikey Jordan realized, hey, that might stay in bounds. I better hit the guy before he dives on it. So the Tigers will start on the 35.
So Spencer takes over offensively with Carter Petzschnauzer split wide left, one receiver right. It's Derek Huss on the short side of the field. And now Jack DeWitt looking for the play call on the board. It must have been a little tough to read. Jack had to run over a couple of steps, got to look at it, now checks the wristband. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, ball at the 35 of Spencer. Running it left, hand off to John Nissen, and Nissen is hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought down by the BHRV front that was ready and waiting for the Tiger B-back to get the football, and John picks up 1.
Yeah, boy, they're just flowing like crazy to John. As soon as we show option either way, you've got backers coming from all over. Just a lot of pursuit. You're seeing a real fast defense. Good defensive line, but then their linebackers pursue so well.
I will put it this way. You see defenses from Sioux County that look like this. You've got big athletes that can run, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley certainly has that. Tigers to the line of scrimmage with BHRV crowding the line. Spencer looking to throw. Jack near the sideline for Carter, and it's too tall as the pass goes out of bounds near the sideline, incomplete. Tried the quick hitter to Carter Petznauser out wide.
Just threw a little too high. You had Kenny running a seam route, too, that took him with him. And the Tigers are going to need to convert those if they're going to play a man-to-man coverage on the outside.
5:28 left to play, third quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 35, Spencer 7. BHRV defense trying to deal with the Spencer Tigers here on third down, 3rd and 9. Tigers running a reverse. Carter Petznauser comes, gets the football, makes a man miss. Carter's got all kinds of room. Looking to throw, now he'll run it. Carter upfield, still with the football, crosses the 50, and is finally brought down at the 48-yard line of the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks as Carter picks up 18 yards on the reverse.
You know, the crazy thing about that reverse is he took it so deep and he had to run around a guy. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley knew the reverse was coming, and he was still able to outrun guys to the corner. Love the call. Nice pickup. First down. Keeps the offense on the field.
And he was still able to pick up 18 as the Tigers cross midfield, now at the 47 of BHRV. And Carter Petznauser will remain split wide left, and he is in single coverage out there. As the Tigers have one receiver right as well. Spencer will run it left. John Nissen with the quick hitter, and John that time had some more running room and is able to dig out 4 yards, make it close to 4 on first down.
Yeah, Tigers just running option to the left there.
Clock continues to wind down. 4:40 left to play as the Tigers check the wristbands. Looking over at the sideline, Chase Huff, assistant volunteer coach for the Tigers, holding up the play. One receiver each side. Going under center is Jack DeWitt. Keeps it. Quarterback follow left side. Jack leaning into the tacklers and pushing the pile forward. Nice power running by the Tiger QB that time on a gain of 4.
Yeah, it's going to bring up about third and 1, I believe, just on the other side of the 40 here for the Tigers.
You don't necessarily think of Jack as a power guy, but that time he kept the legs churning and pushed the pile.
Yeah, he's not a power guy, but he was able to pick up an extra yard here, and the Tigers desperately need to convert this first down. Third down.
3rd down and 2 now. Carter split wide left. Christian Hookfin split to the right. Spencer will get the snap. Running option right side. Jack couldn't get rid of the football, and he's brought down in the backfield as the defenders flowed to the Tiger quarterback, and it was Jackson Rosaboom, there to make the stop. And that's a linebacker getting in the backfield 3 or 4 yards deep and making a play in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, that's an untouched linebacker. Shooting gaps is what that is, and you run an option to the right side, and you're trying to run outside. So it was really to get a read off of your end, and Jack never even got out of his break. And so it's tackle for loss, 4th down.
Tiger offense stays on the field. Spencer trailing 35-7. 4th down and a long 3. Tigers running left, looking to throw. Trips to the left side. Jack still on the move, trying to run for it, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley says it got the stop, and it looks like Jack DeWitt will be shy of the line needed to gain. Needed about 4 and picked up close to 3. So the Tigers will come up short on 4th down, give the football back to BHRV.
Yeah, it's supposed to be roll out to the left, and their end crash so hard forced him to go outside of that. Really not a chance to set up and throw. Tried to fight for the extra yardage, wasn't able to get it.
3:04 left to play third quarter as BHRV takes over on offense. And the Nighthawks will have it at their own 39. Everybody near the line of scrimmage has been the case for most of the game. Power I formation. Handoff to the deep back, Cody Noble. Tigers there with all kinds of bodies. Noble able to dig out some room. Did the ball come out late? If it did, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley fell right on top of it. Maybe that was just a shoe or somebody's leg. I don't know, but
yeah,
it was BHRV
fumble,
on the football.
And they were just on it. Still were able to pick up 2.
Yeah, that's a case of right there, Lucas. It looked like no gain, and Cody Noble was able to get a couple.
and that was with the ball being dropped on the ground. Just a good break there for and they've had a lot of those here.
2:29 left to play, third quarter. Everybody shifting around on the line of scrimmage for BHRV. Now they will get set I formation behind Caleb Katz under center. Hands it off to the deep man, Noble. Noble right through the middle, and Cody Noble will pick up 3 yards on the carry this time on his 20th carry of the night. 139 yards on the ground for Noble.
Yeah, the Nighthawks offensive line really just doing a good job of sustaining their blocks, and he's getting 3-4 yards before he's touched. And the Tiger defensive line is great. They've had a great season. They've done a good job. You just see that just they're winning the battle up front here tonight.
BHRV has come to play tonight. They lead 35-7 with 1:45 left to play in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3 with the ball at the 46 of the Nighthawks. Here's the snap. Katz looking to throw. Double pumps, and
nice.
He's hit and sacked. Mikey Jordan coming in with the pressure off the left side. And Mikey continues to have a very strong game here tonight. Gets the sack for a loss of 3, and it will bring up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, the first 4th down here of the night outside of the 4th down on the 3. And so the Tigers look like they're going to force a punt here, and Mikey Jordan with a good read. The Tigers brought the house on that one. They had everybody up, and they were shooting gaps and able to catch them. And the one time they were passing, receivers hadn't even got out. Nice play by the Tiger defense.
And Mikey's been a sure tackler here tonight. When he has hit people, they have gone to the turf. Back to punt it away is Cody Noble. Snap back to him, plenty of time. Bad punt, though, as it comes off the side of his foot. And catching it on the run is Kenny Rash, and now he's up the sideline quickly and shoved out of bounds just shy of the 50, as there was a big hit over near the sideline, and one of the chain gang took a brunt of the contact, and we'll hope that he's okay.
It's good to see him get up. That's one of those where Kenny's in full speed down the sideline, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley did all they could, just pushed him with guys going full speed to the sideline. Knocked him down, but good to see him get up. That's one of those you just worry a little bit, Mark.
Yeah, for sure, and back on his feet. That is a great sign. After the nice return, Kenny Rash, good awareness there by Kenny.
Yeah, it really was.
To see that he was going to have a chance at a return off of a miss kick by Cody Noble.
Yeah, Tigers basically get it back where they were, right at midfield on the 50.
1st and 10 for the Tiger offense. 48 seconds left to play, third quarter. Tigers trail 35-7. Spencer on the football, bouncing around. John Nissen able to hold on to it. And the Tigers will pick up a yard on the 1st down carry.
Boy, just inside handoff to the left. And you know how hard John runs. We've talked about that all season. There just wasn't a lot of space there. Tigers bringing in Evan Schmidt here.
26 seconds left in the third quarter as Cadence Hoffmeyer comes into the game. 2nd down and 10 with 19 seconds left to play, third quarter. Spencer at the 49 of BHRV. Tigers running right, rocket toss to Kenny Rash. Kenny trying to get outside, cannot, as BHRV is there to slam the door. And it was Cody Noble who set the edge for BHRV, got back there, and then Urbina and company come in to help. And that will be the final play of the third quarter, a loss of 5 yards. And it will set up a 3rd down and 14 when we return. Start of the fourth quarter. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 35, Spencer 7 on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Start of the fourth quarter from Dale Norton Field in Spencer. Third round of the football playoffs in Class 3A. The Spencer Tigers hosting the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with a 35-7 lead as we begin the fourth. And the Spencer Tigers facing a tall task here, a 3rd down and 14 to begin the 4th quarter. And the Tigers will line up trips to the right side, the short side of the field. One receiver split wide left, Christian Hookfin. Tigers looking to throw it. Jack DeWitt steps up in the pocket, now going to scramble. Jack gets across the 50 and caught up to from behind and brought down on a nice open field tackle by Jackson Rosaboom. And Jack DeWitt will get it back to the original line of scrimmage and then maybe a couple extra. And it will be 4th and about 8 upcoming for the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers looking like they're going to go for it here. 4th quarter, 11:35 left, trailing by 28. Ball at midfield.
So the Tiger offense stays on the field with the football at the 48 of BHRV. 4th and 8 to go. Tigers with trips right again. Jack DeWitt looking to throw. Good protection, throws over the middle for Kenny, and it's too tall, incomplete. As Kenny Rash was running the in route over the middle, and the Tigers could not connect, and BHRV will take over on offense.
Yeah, had him on the cross and just threw it too high on downs. And so Boyden-Hull get the ball back here with 11:20. Tigers were able to stop them last time. Going to need to try to do it again here.
And as that ball fell incomplete, I quickly scanned the rest of the Tiger receivers, and it was pretty good coverage all across the board from the Nighthawks of BHRV on that back end. They knew the Tigers were probably going to the air in that scenario, and now it's 1st down and 10 for BHRV with the football at the 48 of the Nighthawks.
Even if he hits Kenny in stride, there's a guy right there probably would have brought him down before the 1st down.
I would agree. I'm not sure Kenny would have gotten away from the good coverage. And now BHRV takes over 1st and 10 nearing midfield. In the shotgun is Katz. 4 receivers split wide right. Caleb Katz wants to run, but he will go nowhere as Brogan Sire was ready for him coming off of his end spot. And Brogan gets a tackle for a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Brogan stayed home, had outside leverage, forced him back in, was able to shuck the block, bring him down for a loss.
11 minutes left to play. The Tiger defense trying to get a stop of the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawk offense. Not been an easy task here tonight. BHRV lining up on the football at the 44 now of the Nighthawks. Strength side of the formation, the right side. Van Kickerick's in the shotgun. Now the shift. Cody Noble moves to take over in the shotgun. Noble gets the snap. Runs it to that right side, breaks through the hole, and then is tripped up on a nice tackle by Mikey Jordan once again. And that limits Cody Noble to a gain of about 5. But he did have a nice gap to get through, and Mikey made another important tackle.
Yeah, he really did. He got him low, and he still flew forward. If he doesn't make that tackle, he's gone. I mean, there's that much running room there. Brings up 3rd and 8.
10-11 left to play. BHRV with the stack formation right on the right side of the line of scrimmage, and now the shift will happen, moving the strength side to the left side of the line of scrimmage, and Cody Noble will go in the shotgun for the direct snap. He gets the snap, runs to the left side, cuts back inside, and the Tigers are there to meet him and drive him backwards. He'll gain 2, but a good gang tackling effort by Christian Hookfin, Kenny Rash, and Cadence Hoffmeyer. 4th down and 7 upcoming.
Yeah, back-to-back stops by this Tiger defense that couldn't get that done in the 1st half. And you're seeing Tigers kind of figuring it out here, but it's a little bit late, trailing 35-7. And nice to see the defense make a good stand.
9:33 left to play. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley in the lead, 35-7. As the Spencer Tiger punt return team on the field now. Kenny Rash and Christian Hookfin, the 2 men back deep. Cody Noble, to punt this away, stands at his own 40. Noble lets the clock wind down, now gets the snap. He'll punt it away and gets away a nice spiral kick. Kenny catches it on the run, coming backwards, bobbles, holds onto it, and then he's hit, and he will be brought down inside the 5.
Great coverage there. Beautiful punt, allowed him to have coverage, and Kenny bobbled it a little bit. But it's one of those, you don't usually want to field the ball in high school football inside the 10. But when you've got somebody like Kenny Rash right there and we're trying to get it touches,
want to get him in space.
Get him in space. I don't fault the decision at all.
We saw Kenny pick that kick up on the move just a little bit ago that he was able to get a nice return. So I'm fully with you there. I would have not faulted Kenny at all for wanting to make a play there. And now the Tiger offense backed up at its own 5-yard line. Worst starting field position for the Tigers tonight. On a night where it's already been tough sledding for the Tiger offense, this is going to be
95 yards.
With 9 minutes left to play, the Tigers back on the football. One receiver in the formation is Carter Petzenhauser. Tigers will run it right. With the carry that time was Cadence Hoffmeyer, and Hoffmeyer will pick up 2 on first down.
Yeah, that was our down play where everybody's just blocking straight ahead, trying to crash down, get him to the outside. And you're seeing Cadence Hoffmeyer here.
It's Caden's first carry tonight, picks up 2 yards, and now it's 2nd down and 8 from the Tigers' 7-yard line.
And Tigers bring in Caleb Klein as a tackle over, the sophomore, 6'4", 210.
Wearing number 40 for a jersey, but does play tackle, so he's well adept at blocking. Tigers running it left this time with Hoffmeyer, and Cadence delivering a big hit at the end of the carry is able to pick up 3, and it will bring now a 3rd down and 5.
I got some breathing room past the 10 up to the 11. Clock running, 8:10 left here in the game. Tigers trailing 35-7.
Tiger offense looking over to the sideline to get the play. And now get the play signaled in. Everybody checks the wristbands, as the Tigers have been going no huddle this season. And now Jack DeWitt leads the Tigers to the line with everybody in tight. Spencer running it left. Jack DeWitt through the hole, takes a big hit right at the line of scrimmage. And that is, was it Fisher coming through to deliver the hit? That's a 6'1", 200-pound linebacker. And Jack DeWitt, tough as always, back on his feet after he picks up 3, but it will be a 4th down and 2 to go.
Yeah, that's as slow as I've seen Jack get up all year. He quarterback keep, quarterback follow, trying to pick the first down up, and boom, he was hit by a linebacker full speed. And Jack's listed at 150, and that's generous, and he was put on his back quick.
Spencer Tiger punt team on the field now with the snap coming from the 14. Blazek stands at his own 2, gets the punt away. It's off the side of the foot and will go out of bounds, and that's going to give a short field to Boyden-Hull Rock Valley. That's just one that every once in a while you see that where a punter has the ball go off the side of their shoe. We saw it earlier in the game. Cody Noble for Boyden-Hull Rock Valley had a similar kick, but now the Nighthawks will have a very short field. And a 2-minute sanitation timeout taken with 7:06 left to play. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 35, Spencer 7 on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
Oh no! There's an easier way. With SMU's bank payment plan, you can pay your bill without ever leaving your home. Log on to smunet.net and sign up for SMU's bank payment plan today.
Nobody likes an awkward silence, but you can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
.06 left to play in the 4th quarter, and the Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks lead the Spencer Tigers 35-7. It will be 1st and 10 for BHRV after a short Tiger punt, and BHRV will have it at the Spencer 15. The Iowa High School Athletic Association would like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and to those around you. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The Iowa High School Athletic Association thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game. BHRV back onto the field for this short down and distance. 1st and 10 taking over at the 15 of Spencer. I formation handed off to Cade Fisher in the backfield, and Fisher spinning out of tackle, still on his feet inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line as Fisher picks up 7 on 1st down, and he was stood up, thought he was going to be stopped in his tracks and continued to move.
It was really good defense there initially, and he just able to keep going. See O'Clair coming in here, Huckfeld coming off, now Mikey Jordan coming off, Tehran Green put in there in the secondary.
So it's a 2nd down and 3 to go now with the football at the 7. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley keeping everyone in tight as they have for most of the game. Go to that full house backfield with Katz under center. Hands it off to the Upman. Upman charging inside the 5 down to about the 2 on the carry. BHRV still short of the goal line. And that was the first carry of the night, it looks like, for Casey Pick. Number 6 getting in on the act. Another one of the juniors. A roster full of juniors, Lucas. You said this team already you're penciling them in to be right thereabouts at the top of the rankings next year.
Yeah, when you look at returning starters coming back, and they have so many, and most of them are linemen, you know, they're going to get a good look here as obviously they're going to put this one away and then look to next week. And as well as they're playing right now, this is a team nobody in the state should want to play.
Handoff to the deep back, Fisher, and Fisher will find his way into the end zone as Cade Fisher follows the wave of blocking in front of him in that full house I formation backfield. Did we see the power I formation one time from BHRV the first game? I don't remember it much.
No, they went to it a couple times. Yeah, that was it. And then tonight it's been a feature on 3rd and short, and they've been able to pick 6, 7, 8 out of that. Just a different look, but the same thing. We're physical. We're coming right at you.
Cade Fisher into the end zone from 3 yards out. And BHRV now in front 41-7 with 5:45 left to play, and the extra point pending for Gale and Ciso. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. We'll keep it right here on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD with 5:45 left to play. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley leading the Spencer Tigers 42-7. The Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this school year. Officials are needed at all levels in all Iowa High School Athletic Association sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader. And in Iowa, high school and junior high games cannot take place without officials. Visit iahsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information. Help the Iowa High School Athletic Association add an official today. 5:45 left to play. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley gets into the end zone. 42-7 BHRV in front. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has been impressive here tonight. Get into the end zone again on a short field this time. Different looking drive than we've been used to seeing from the Nighthawks tonight.
Yeah, that was a real short field, and after a 2-yard punt, they were able to go 3 plays, 15 yards. And that's finished it off, 42-7. Should have running clock here until the Tigers can score.
Yes, in high school football, when you get to 35 points, the running clock goes into effect, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley has hit that mark, now ready to kick it away with 5:45 remaining. Short kick again, this time an intermediate kick, and it gets past Carter Petznauser. He has to field it up at the 10. Carter throws it sideways across to Christian,
he dropped it.
And Christian bobbled it, picks it up. Still some running room for Christian, and he turns on the jets. He's down the sideline, gets across the 40, puts on the brakes, stays on his feet, and Christian still down the sideline, and finally goes out of bounds. There's a penalty flag back all the way in line with where the Tigers threw the pass.
Yeah, just as you said, I think it's going to be an illegal forward pass from Carter across to Christian.
How about the effort by Christian down the sideline?
That was a great, great effort. And that was a perfect play to run that play on, as Carter is what it was, illegal forward passes. The ball went behind Carter. He had to run back and get it. And so everybody sucked into him with bad angles on the kickoff team. And so he throws it 30 yards across the field, and that has to be a pass behind him. And I think he threw it a yard in front of him. And so that negates everything. But it was the most exciting run the Tigers have had tonight, watching Christian down the sideline.
And, you know, this is maybe well, actually, let's first find out where the Tigers are going to spot.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal there from where it happened.
So it puts it down at the 5.
Yep.
So the Tiger offense takes over exactly the same spot where the last drive started, at its own 5-yard line. And the Tiger offense running some personnel on late. Jackson Richter and Derek Huss coming in as wide receivers. Seth Knorr looks like is at left tackle now.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of out of sorts here. Everybody's set. Play clock at 6. I think we'll be all right.
Still time on the play clock. Tigers get the snap away, hand it off to John Nissen left side, and John is able to dive forward for a couple, but that's been about the kind of running room that John Nissen has had tonight. In fact, yeah, he does pick up 2, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 8 to go.
Yeah, just not a lot of running room there. Nice to see John running hard. That's his signature move, just running hard. And, boy, it's been a tough night offensively and defensively here for the Tigers.
4:25 left to play. 2nd down and 7 now for the Tiger offense, with the football out to the 7, maybe the 8-yard line when the Tigers snap this. As Spencer goes trips to the left side, Teron Green, Mikey Jordan, And another receiver, Richter, out there as the Tigers run left with Nissen, and John is stonewalled and brought down by Casey Pick. Casey Pick starting at linebacker tonight. Did not start in the first matchup against the Tigers. That time makes a big-time tackle after a short gain.
Yeah, trips to the left, and so you have one lone back, John Nissen, and you just toss sweep to him and let him go. And usually, you got blockers out there and let John use his athleticism to make a play. And the linebackers and just the defense of Boyden-Hull, Rock Valley, everywhere tonight.
That time you saw the athleticism of the defense. I'm with you. On a normal Tiger Friday night, when John has that kind of room out wide, he's going to get the edge, but BHRV showing the speed that time to match it. And now a 3rd down and 6 for the Tiger offense. Spencer running it right on the option. Make the pitch to Teron Green. Teron puts his foot in the ground, tries to turn upfield, and a great tackle made by the BHRV defender who came across it was Cade Fisher right at the thigh pads of Teron Green to chop him down after a gain of 1.
Well, the Fishers are good. Cade's got a younger brother that's a sophomore that's starting on defense as well, and they're just all over him. Boy, he's really made his presence known here tonight.
And Brock Fisher, it's basically the same mold as his older brother because Brock is 6 foot 201 pounds. Spencer Tigers punt team on the field with Blazek in his own end zone. Gets away a beauty of a kick into the wind. It's going to hang up a little bit and now takes a BHRV bounce.
Yeah, sure did. I thought it might have hit his shoe and bounced back for us, but couldn't get that break. And it bounces back 6-7 yards before we can down it.
And that's a great scenario for that kick into the wind. That's a really good kick by Blazek. It's just a strong wind that he was kicking into, and BHRV will take over at about the 24. And so you think about that big bounce backwards, and Blazek did kick that about 30, 35 yards directly into the wind.
And Tigers just, the last 2 possessions starting on their own 5 just makes it tough to get anything going.
And that clock continuing to run with the running clock, so we're all the way down to 2 minutes left to play, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley will not have to run too many snaps here as they wait for the play clock to wind down all the way to about 10, and they've got all kinds of different personnel in the game, and it's going to cause some issues for BHRV here with a penalty flag. Illegal substitution for the Nighthawks as they don't have the right amount of players on the field. Had 12 out there.
It kind of seems like they've had 12 most of the night here.
It kind of does. That's a good point.
And this just isn't what the Tigers expected here tonight. They thought, the healthy back, some adjustments, that they could sneak this one out. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley came to play, took advantage of some early turnovers, and just kept their offense rolling.
So the Nighthawks now with all kinds of different personnel in the game, and a new quarterback standing in the shotgun, ready to take this snap, and will go down with a knee immediately, as taking the snap that time was Brady Frick, the senior, 6 foot 162 pounds, kneels it down in the shotgun, will actually lose quite a bit of yardage backing up because he's in the shotgun to kneel that down, but they won't care about that, the Nighthawks.
Yeah, the Tigers finished the season 6-3 on the year, and the 2 losses they had prior to this one are really pretty close, tight games. You hate to see this one slip the way it did, and funny things can happen sometimes in a game, and hats off to Boyden-Hull Rock Valley for just being physical and playing tough tonight.
Tigers are going to have 2 losses on the season, or I should say 3 losses to 2 different teams, and they're both 2 very good teams.
The Nighthawks still playing.
Kneel it down again. That's right. Both the teams still alive as of right now. We'll have to wait and see on that final score from Sergeant Bluff Luton and Webster City, but Boyden-Hull Rock Valley snapped it for the final time. Will not need to snap it again as they kneel it down on back-to-back snaps in the victory formation. And now we wait the final seconds to count down off the clock as Boyden-Hull Rock Valley already coming out onto the field in celebration. And again, teams do not shake hands in the era of COVID-19, so it's just a little bit of an acknowledgement. Teams sideline to sideline, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley earns the win 42-7 with the scoreboard hitting 0-0-0, and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley will advance to the Elite 8, the final 8. The Spencer Tigers season comes to a close in the 3rd round of the playoffs with 16 teams remaining, a big-time accomplishment for the Tigers, but unfortunately the season comes to an end. And Lucas, you're right. did not see this coming tonight as far as the lopsided score on the scoreboard and really how the game played out. Thought we'd have a close game like we did the first matchup. I was hopeful the Tigers would find a way to be on the winning side of the ledger, but here tonight I think the better team won in Boyden-Hull Rock Valley because they controlled the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, and they were just more physical tonight and on both sides of the ball. And so right now they'll have a honor of the Spencer Tigers down at the field.
Now the Tigers being recognized as the season comes to a close, and Spencer falls 42-7, and the Tiger team standing over near the sideline is being acknowledged as they receive their award of making it to the final 16 in the postseason, as Taylor Chapman, the Spencer Tiger Activities Director, hands the Tigers their playoff trophy, and the Tiger football team will get a chance to take a picture with that trophy over near the Tiger sideline as the end to a great season for Spencer wraps up here with Spencer losing 42-7. So we'll take a look at the final stats in the game coming up as the Tiger postgame show continues. Again, our final score, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley 42, Spencer 7 on News Radio 102.5 AM 1240 KICD and KICDAM.com. You're listening to Tiger Football.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Make it an awesome autumn. Autumn is many people's favorite season. What's not to love about pumpkins on the front step, baking an apple pie, and feeling a bit of chill in the air? As your local communications provider, Spencer Municipal Utilities would love to make your autumn even more awesome. Granted, we don't offer pumpkin spice internet, but we do offer awesome speeds up to 1 gig, awesome prices to fit any budget, and awesome employees who are here to help. Call Spencer Municipal Utilities at 712-580-5800 for an awesome internet plan. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. Supporting local community events you attend throughout the year or sponsoring an event your child participates in. Improving infrastructure throughout the community of Spencer for current and future residents. while providing services you can count on to make Spencer shine. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected.
Final score at Dale Norton Field in Spencer, 42-7. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the victory over the Spencer Tigers. The Tiger season comes to a close with a record of 6-3. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley improving to 7-2, and will advance in the playoffs into the Elite Eight, and will face the winner of the matchup between Sergeant Bluff-Luton and also Webster City. So when we get that final score, we will let you know who the BHRV Nighthawks will be playing, but they are advancing on to the next round. Starting the game off, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with a 10-play drive, 81 yards, 5 minutes and 9 seconds to get into the end zone for the Nighthawks. A 25-yard touchdown run by Landon Van Kekerix, as Van Kekerix goes 25 yards through the middle of the Tiger defense to get into the end zone. Extra point good, 7-0 Boyden-Hull Rock Valley Nighthawks early. The Nighthawks will get the football back after a Tiger turnover, and Caleb Katz will go 4 plays, 31 yards, get into the end zone on a 1-yard quarterback sneak, 14-0 BHRV. Then the Nighthawks back on the football early in the second quarter. Caleb Katz again scoring, this time on a 3-yard run, 13-play drive, 72 yards, almost 7 minutes off the clock, 21-0 Boyden-Hull Rock Valley. Then it was the Spencer Tigers' second turnover of the first half. They gave a short field to BHRV. The Nighthawks go 3 plays, 45 yards. Caleb Katz with a 31-yard touchdown pass, bobbled by a couple of Tiger defenders, maybe a couple of Boyden-Hull Rock Valley players, and finally ends up in the hands of Landon Van Kekerix, 28-0 BHRV, as we would watch the Spencer Tigers get the ball back, going to their 2-minute offense to close out the half. And it was 2 quick toss plays, one to the right side for Kenny Rash and then another to the left. And Mikey Jordan on a 14-yard touchdown run to the left side, get into the end zone. 28-7, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley with the lead at the halftime break. Into the third quarter, it was Caleb Katz with a touchdown pass of 4 yards. Still not quite sure who caught that one in the end zone for BHRV, but it capped off a 65-yard drive, 11 plays, 5 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock in that drive. And Boyden-Hull Rock Valley led 35-7. And then the Nighthawks get the short field late in the game, go 3 plays, 15 yards. Cade Fisher this time with the 3-yard touchdown run, 42-7. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, our final score. Looking at the game stats for the Spencer Tigers, the leading rusher in the game tonight was Kenny Rash. Just 2 carries, goes 39 yards. John Nissen, 14 carries for 34. Jack DeWitt carried it 8 times for 19 yards. Cadence Hoffmeyer, 2 carries for 5. Mikey Jordan, 1 carry for 14 yards and a touchdown. Carter Petzenhauser carried it 1 time for 18 yards. The Tigers with 130 yards rushing, 0 for 3 in the passing game tonight for Spencer. Tigers finished with 130 yards of total offense. For Boyden-Hull Rock Valley, leading rusher was Cody Noble. He carries it 22 times for 146 yards. Landon Van Kekerix with 9 carries for 67. Cade Fisher with 8 for 37. Through the air, Caleb Katz was 4 of 5 passing for 55 yards, 252 on the ground, 55 through the air for BHRV. And the Nighthawks finish with 307 yards of total offense. Leading receiver Landon Van Kekerix, he finishes with 2 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Cody Noble had 1 catch for 17. Final score from Britt, West Hancock defeating the Hartley Melvin Sanborn Hawks by a final score of 56-18. And a score update for you. Sergeant Bluff-Luton and Webster City all knotted up 21 apiece with 5:14 left to play. So a barn burner going on currently between Sergeant Bluff-Luton and Webster City. We will have all the final scores for you tonight on our website at KICDAM.com and on the radio for you tomorrow on KICD Radio. You're listening to the Tiger Postgame Show. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley earning the victory 42-7 over the Spencer Tigers. You're listening to Tiger Football on News Radio 102.5 and AM 1240 KICD.
The Spencer Channel 3 is online. Check it out. With Channel 3 Online, you can watch community and school programming, original shows, local cultural events on demand right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Access to Channel 3 Online comes free with your SMU cable subscription. Get started with Channel 3 Online today. Visit smunet.net for a direct link. Your favorite local programs are only a click away.
She's looking at me like breakfast. If she decides to come us, we run? Yeah. And he's a little feisty. That's the bottom line.
Watch your favorite channel anytime, anywhere with Watch TV Everywhere on SMU Cable. Learn more at smunet.net or watchtveverywhere.com. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we keep you connected. Safety is our #1 priority for our employees and the entire community. We assist in safely locating underground utilities when businesses and homeowners have simple projects to complete. Providing safe, reliable services is what we do. At Spencer Municipal Utilities, we are keeping you connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We keep you connected to your world.
You seek the open road, the ride. In search of dives you've got to try. Bold flavors, dipped and glazed and fried. And by your side, there sits the guide. You seek the open road, the ride. We've got your order. We've got your guide. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Friday night at 9 on Food Network.
Watch this channel and many others anytime, anywhere with Watch TV Everywhere with SMU Cable. Learn more at smunet.net or watchtveverywhere.com.
It's the end of the day, and you just realized that you didn't stop at Spencer Municipal Utilities to pay your utility bill. Sign up for SMU's bank payment plan and start paying your bill the easy way. Stop by our customer service center or find the form on smunet.net.
If you notice that a streetlight is out or blinking, please go to our website at smunet.net and click on the Streetlight Outage Report link, and we will send out our customer service representative to get it fixed.
Final score from Dale Norton Field in Spencer. Boyden-Hull Rock Valley defeats the Spencer Tigers 42-7. You're listening to the Tiger postgame show, and I'm joined now on the postgame show by the head coach of the Spencer Tigers, Coach Jim Ty. Coach Ty, I remember in the postgame show against Boyden-Hull Rock Valley the first time we talked about how good of a team they were. I thought they looked improved here even tonight. They've come a long way this season to become a really good team.
Yeah, it was, I didn't know, because they played Storm Lake twice since we played them last. Storm Lake played them 28-14, and then last week Storm Lake was down a bunch of kids. But, man, they were good. And we struggled with their linebackers, and those same guys that are playing linebacker also, and safety are the same guys that were in their backfield a lot, on offense. So, there's a better team, and we didn't play especially well. I mean, some things just didn't go our way, and that doesn't mean – I'm just saying – it just seems like the balls, tip balls are going in their hands. We turned it over a little bit. I thought that second possession, Jack did exactly. I thought that pass was right there, and that kid made a heck of a play.
He did, and we were getting text messages throughout the game about how great of a play it was. So
yeah.
It was a great play.
It was. I mean, and Evan Schmidt ran that. We worked on that a lot because that safety is so far up, and wow, that kid made a play, and it just play after play like that. We just kind of went their way, and the guys kept fighting. But yeah, this is one of those nights. This doesn't happen very often on our field. And I was trying to think. The last time we just had it taken to us on our field like this, I have no idea.
It's probably been a few years.
Yeah, it's probably been one of those great healing teams when we were kind of down too. And that's an impressive team. And You know, and I also think, you know, sometimes you don't match up well with a team, and this was one of those teams. I mean, we can handle, you know, one or two good linebackers. I mean, last week we just mauled those linebackers from Humboldt. But boy, we could not get.
Was that the true difference? You think their athleticism at the linebacker level?
I think so. I really do. I mean, they've got good linemen too. That's just it. They've got good offensive linemen. They got good defensive linemen, but you don't even notice that as much, and because their linebackers are just, it just feels like they have like 12 linebackers, you know.
And then on offense, they're getting players involved running the football that we did not see a whole lot of the first time around. I would like to hear the full story there, if those players have been out or if they've just been working their way into the offense. But it gave the Tigers some new looks tonight.
Yeah, no, it's a very good team, and you know, got to just. There's nothing you do about it. If this is in the middle of the season, this is one of those films you throw in the fire and just move on. And now it's the end of the season. It's disappointing. I know, and I know the seniors are disappointed. But gosh, I'm really pleased with these guys.
And I wanted to bring that up. You know, the group previous to this group of seniors was a really talented group that we saw them go down to Norwalk and beat Norwalk.
Yeah.
You know, that group. And then last year, a lot of seniors graduated off the team. I kind of sat here and thought, you know, who would be the senior leaders on this year's team coming into the group? We knew about Ethan and Javi and Jack and those guys, but what did the seniors do to go from the start of the year where there were a lot of questions to being able to win a district title?
Yeah, I think they just genuinely, you know, they really just like each other, you know, and they really accept that those other classes below them. They're just very unselfish. They just want to win, you know. And they
seems like they all get along pretty well.
Yeah,
too.
they do. And you know, they're just good kids. And you know, I've said this: it's not like there's just an incredible superstar out there, but they're all good football players, you know. And there's not just a big drop off from one guy to the next. And it was a very, and I don't just say this to say it. I mean, it was a really enjoyable group to coach, because not every group is that way. You know, it just isn't. And I really enjoy. I mean, I've been very fortunate I enjoyed last year, and I enjoyed but this group is fun.
And think about at the end of August, you're playing Webster City. Close game, but Webster City gets the win, and kind of thinking, man, that's a good team. But to the end of the year, the Tigers come out, play that complete football game against Sergeant Bluff Luton.
Yeah.
It was a really nice way for the season to go.
Yeah, it did. And we got better every week, and you couldn't see that tonight. I mean, because this is one of those, you know, but.
And we're not going to be surprised if they go on and win the next round either.
No. It's going to take a very good team to beat these guys, you know. And, you know, it's going to take them to be off their game and that kind of thing. And, I've enjoyed this group of seniors, and it was just, they did a nice job.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for the kind words on the Tigers seniors here tonight. Unfortunately, the Tigers lose, but making it into the Sweet 16 is a pretty big accomplishment in Class 3A.
And you think, when we went to Webster City that night, our offense struggled, and you know, defense we were kind of getting pushed back a lot, and that's a good Webster City team, obviously, because they're playing right now. I think they're tied to Sergeant Bluff, but you know, the teams we lost to, Webster City once, and these guys twice, and you know, it was a good group, and how lucky are we that we got through all of our games, varsity and JV, and we didn't really have to fight the virus like a lot of teams. You know, we had a little bit. We had one or two players that had to sit that Lamar's game, but I just feel the guys did what they needed to do, and we've got great leadership from our administration. We're wearing the masks in school, which makes a big difference because it keeps them, you know, from having to be quarantined and all those things. And you got to have a little luck with this kind of thing too. But you know, the guys did what we asked to practice. I mean, I was always harassing them. I think they got tired of me with it, but you know, they did a good job for teenagers. They did as good as you could ask.
I agree. The Tigers did a great job this year following the protocols, getting on the field, and then when they got there, performing pretty well and sharing the district title this year in Class 3A District 1. Coach, tough way to end the season, but thank you for joining us on the post-game show, and congratulations on a great year.
All right, thank you.
Again, our final score, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley defeating the Spencer Tigers 42-7. We need to take a timeout to acknowledge all of those Spencer Tiger seniors. So I'm going to run down the list now and read off the 18 Tiger seniors. Jackson DeWitt, or as we know him, Jack, Kenny Rash, Landon Ellis, Derek Huss, Christian Hookfin, Ian Youngdahl, Cole Eddington, Titan Coleman, John Nissen, Maverick Warburton, Brogan Sire, Sam Brandt, Javi Mendez, Ethan Hyder, Seth Knorr, Zach O'Clair, Yahir Garcia Mendez, and J.D. Bumgarner, the Spencer Tiger team manager. All Spencer Tiger seniors doing a great job this year. The Tigers win a share of the district title with Sergeant Bluff Luton and Boyden-Hull Rock Valley. Unfortunately, Boyden-Hull Rock Valley earns the win here tonight by a final of 42-7. So that will do it for our Spencer Tiger football season. For Brian Schmidt back at the KICD studios, Matt Gronwald, Cassie Olson, Rhonda Wiedeking, everyone that goes into helping to produce a Spencer Tiger football broadcast. Also would like to thank Lucas DeWitt, as always, for joining me in the booth throughout the season. I'm Mark Magnuson. You've been listening to Spencer Tiger Football on News Radio 102.5, AM 1240 KICD, and KICDAM.com.